Before that, we have a small session because it was experienced that many of us are not aware what this art is actually. Somewhere, to be very precise, somewhere asking whether it's a panel discussion or whether we are going to have a plenary talk or some lectures by 8 people. So these type of questions I have been hearing for last 3 or 4 days. So instead of me, because I was not sure how to explain it. So it was a good thought that we have a great ashtavadhani, Śatāvadhānī, Dr. R. Ganesh ji with us, who will be explaining us what really ashtavadhanam is. So I would like to request our Vice Chancellor to please bring Dr. Avadhānī ji to R. Ganesh ji to the stage. All the programs begin with Mangalam. I request Sai Swarupaji, who is an author and assistant professor at School of Commerce and Management at Chanakya University, to invoke the blessings of Lord.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Adaramu pamru kidudun, Adaramu pamru kidudun, Atrisuta hridayanuraga sampadiki, doshabhediki, prapanna vinodiki, Vikhnavallika chediki, manju vadiki, asesha jagat janananda vediki, modaka khadiki, samadamushika sadiki, Suprasadikin Ammalakannayamma Mugurammalamulaputamma Chalapettamma Surarulamma kaduparadi uchinayamma Tannulo nammina velputamala manammulayundidiyamma Durgamayamma krupabhiyicchuta mahatva kavitva patutva sampadal mahatva Kavitva patutva sampada. Namaste.
Dhanyavadaha. Now the task is to welcome the guests. I'll start with Śatāvadhānī Dr. R. Ganesh ji. It's I remember one verse here, Kwasurya Prabhavo Vamshaha, Kvachalpa Vishaya Matihi, Titirshur Dustaram Moha Dudupenasmi Sagaram. It's a very difficult task to introduce him. He personally doesn't like somebody introducing him, but as a ritual, I have to do this. One of India's foremost Sanskrit poets and scholars, Śatāvadhānī Dr. R. Ganesh, is a master of the art of Avadhāna and performs it in Sanskrit, Telugu and Kannada. He has performed over 1,300 ashtavadhanams as well as 5 Śatāvadhānams till date. He is a source of inspiration for many young scholars. By himself, he was performing these ashtavadhanams for long, but he also trained many young scholars to perform this art. One of the artists are with us, Dr. Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji, who is also his Shishya. And it is not that he stopped, he said that I am doing ashtavadhanam, okay, fine. But he encourages others to do ashtavadhanams. I have seen these days, I have heard from many people that these days when somebody comes to him asking for ashtavadhanam, please perform ashtavadhanam or śatāvadhanam, he says, no, I will not do, I will suggest somebody else who is my shishya or who is a good scholar, he will perform ashtavadhanam. He encourages his students and shishyas in this way and asks them to do or perform ashtavadhanams. He is credited with revival of this art in Kannada. Hampi University honored him with a D.Litt for his thesis on the art of Avadhāna in Kannada. He once set a record by composing poetry for 24 hours continuously. One unique aspect is Ashtavadhana had some challenging, Ashtavadhana by itself is challenging, but he made it more challenging by adding some unique concepts into it. That I think once you visualize this Ashtavadhanam art, you will understand how competitive it is and how challenging it was made later on by adding some more aspects into it. Dr. R. Ganesh also writes and lectures extensively on various subjects pertaining to Bharata and its cultural heritage. Over 10,000 hours of his lectures on Indian cultural heritage, Indian and Western arts, Indian and Western philosophy have been recorded. I and Ramakrishna ji always speak that every morning our walking time, when we go for a walk, he is our teacher. We put YouTube lectures, we keep on hearing him, and most of our classes comes from that side. Most of the inputs for our classes is coming from him. He is polyglot, fluent in 18 languages, including Sanskrit, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, Pali, Prakrit, Latin, Greek, and Italian. He was formerly the director of Gandhi Center at the Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. He is also a recipient of several awards and recognitions, including the Badarayana Vyasa Puruskara from the President of India for his contribution to Sanskrit language. Bhavatam Sadaram Swagatam Acharya. Now I would like to request, I also welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Yashwant Dongreji, and I will welcome all the distinguished guests who are here, and I welcome our Avadhānī ji, Dr. Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji. He is very well known among us, so I am not going to, because importance is what he will be doing here. Other explanations we can take it later. I also welcome Shri KBS Ramachandra ji, Srimati Kanchana Karki ji, Shri MS Chaitra ji, Shri Shashi Kiran BN ji, Shri Somashekhara Sharma ji, Chinmayee CP, Srimati Kumari Chinmayee CP, Shri Chetan S, who are being Pṛcchakas here, who will be questioning our Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji, and he will be answering the session. I welcome all the faculty here, all the guests who have come from Bengaluru to far long here to Devanhalli to see this program, and welcome to all the students. You have filled this whole auditorium, which we were not expecting actually. Thank you, and welcome you all. Now I would like to request Śatāvadhānī Dr. R. Ganesh ji to explain us about the art called Avadhānam.
Om Tat Sat. Good morning. Jayati pratibholekha rupika shilpashalini charachara charitrasya chitrabhittis saraswati. Namaskar. It's a very pleasant and heartening occasion because my esteemed friend and colleague Shri Ramakrishna Pejathaya is going to present Ashtavadhanam for the benefit of the Chanakya University students and staff. And the art is very, very sophisticated, classical, complicated. I myself had made a proverb long ago. Performing Avadhanam is difficult. Organizing is comparatively more difficult. And enduring that, enjoying that is much more difficult. The worst difficulty is on your part. So now itself I am saying, please switch off your cell phones, cut off from your daily life, reserve at least 3.5 hours for this. If you don't sit through the program, you will not be understanding anything, and the more danger is you will be misunderstanding it. Everything will get cleared only in the last round. In spite of the intermediate explanations now and then, and also occasional commentary which will be given for today's program, it may become difficult because it is not an easy bite. We have to go through it, as it is being said by a very great music composer regarding the music composition of a very great music composer by name Mysore Vasudevacharya, D.V. Gundappa, a legendary personality in modern Kannada literature and culture. He says, not that there was boredom in his art, but it was the boredom of learning. So this essential boredom of learning, one and all should pass through. Then only one will get enriched. Because anything which comes without boredom will very easily quit us, very easily ditch us and run away from us. So this essential feature of learning with an element of boredom. Boredom, why? Because of our insufficiency, not because of the problem of the performer or art or whatsoever. It is our insufficiency, and we have to constantly compensate for that, and we have to update ourselves. Though coming to the art as such, I am not going to an elaborate introduction because the very art will be presented. So I will not be going to the historical part of it, only the active, practical aspect of it I will be dealing with. But this much is essential as a background. It's a very great art. As many of our arts and sciences, they all find their genesis in the Vedas. So also the art of Avadhāna too finds its elements in the Vedas. But it got crystallized more in the 64 arts of Vatsyayana's Kama Sutra. Many people just think Kama Sutra means it is a treatise on erotics. It is a partial truth and a dangerous truth as well. It's a treatise of better enjoyment, meaningful enjoyment of the world here, and to prepare ourselves for the world hereafter. And there we have, in the very beginning chapters, 64 arts. Among the 64 arts, not less than some 20 arts are associated directly with Avadhānam. And other arts can also come into picture as per the need of the Avadhānī, as per the structure and as per his choice, and also as per the desire of the connoisseurs. So in Avadhānam, the bare minimum limit is seen, but the higher limit is the sky itself. And so it all depends upon the capability of the performer and also the nature of enjoyment that is expected by the connoisseurs. Then the art got developed, and naturally in Sanskrit it got developed. But we find its present detail, how an Avadhānam was going to be performed before 1200 years or before 1000 years or so, that is crystallized in Kannada. And then it came to Telugu, Tamil and other languages. And we are happy that we being Kannadigas here, we are being born and brought up and nurtured in this place. And you are also guests of Karnataka, many people who are here coming from different parts of India and who are here as domicile people. All of us accept Karnataka and Kannada because it is no way different from the pan-Indian culture. Karnataka culture is not an entirely exclusive culture. For that matter, exclusivity is against Sanatana Dharma, against our Bharata Samskriti. And that's why in Karnataka, the same Sanskrit tradition has been reflected. And before 800 years itself, a poet by name Kama, he was an ashtavadhanī, he gives the details. And the same details are even today practiced with one or two elements here and there differing, but the whole structure is the same. Avadhānam literally means concentration or focusing. But all of us should have that focusing power, concentration. And there is nothing great about it. Nowadays, in the days of post-computer illiteracy, we are having problem with concentration. But it is not so. It was not so before 30 or 40 years, as book was the only source of information and teacher was the only human source for that. We used to have better focus. But here now it is not. Lot of distractions. And so having Avadhānam in one thing itself is a great thing. It's a very enchanting experience to have a focused mindset. But here in Ashtavadhana, simultaneously, like a parallel processing unit, we'll be having focus on different things. If it is on 8, it will be Ashtavadhana, 10, Dashavadhana, 100, like that, it can be multiplied. But the foundational thing is Vyavadhana. Vyavadhana means bifocal, like my spectacles, bifocal. One is the main track and other one is incidental things. The main track is to complete the tasks. And the incidental things which come up and go, they are all connected with the non-serious elements. So constantly switching over from serious and light, and there lies the beauty of Avadhānam. And this is an yoga itself. In the case of yoga, that is what we are going to experience. Adhering to this world at the same time, not being compelled by it. Moving with this world and at the same time having a healthy sense of detachment. This is what happens in Avadhānam, though for a short period. Avadhānam is being performed by a person and he is called Avadhānī in masculine gender, in feminine gender Avadhānini. But it is gender neutral also, like Guru. Guru, though the word has masculine gender, any person belonging to n number of genders will be called Guru. Likewise, in the case of Avadhānam also, Avadhānam asmin niti, asmin dehe. Like that, Sanskrit grammar has a wonderful way of avoiding problems and transcending problems. So the performer is Avadhānī. Questioning people are called Pṛcchakas. Pṛcchati iti Pṛcchaka. Who questions? Those who question, they should come out with an answer. They should be already having an answer. Because answerless questions should not be posed on an Avadhānī. And then it goes in 4 rounds. Because a poem will be having 4 lines. And every round will be taking time to complete 1 line each. Like that, we'll be having some 8 poems. Of them, 4 will be composed then and there completely, without any carrying on business. Like in our examination, it will happen. Some subjects which the candidate is going to fail, he'll be taking it to the next semester or bimester, whatsoever. Like that, it will be happening. But in the case of the Aśukāvya, every verse will be complete. And so then and there, it will be completed. And then in the next round, yet another verse, like that, totally 4 verses will be composed in Aśukāvya. In the case of other components like Niṣedhākśḥarī, Samasya, Dattapadī, and others, 1 line each, like that it goes on. And all these verses will be composed as per the rules and regulations of grammar, prosody, poetics, and other things. So, if you have constraints, if you have a well-established rules, then only it will become a challenge. If my poem will have only 1 line, and in every line only 1 word will be there, means no question of challenge. Anyone can become Avadhānī. So, if a football player says everyone should have a ball to kick on, then what will happen to football? Football will go to football. It will go to dogs. This is the problem with the things which are not set to classical rules. Classical rules enhance our capabilities. Constraints are meant only to overcome them in a meaningful manner and meet with the requirements. Then Avadhānī will be given no paper and pen. So everything will be done with the help of his mind. So hastaka means no agent, no agency will be helping him externally, only his pratibha and vyutpatti, dharana. Dharana means retentive power. Pratibha means imaginative power. Vyutpatti means erudition. Anubhava or abhyasa means practice. Since many years it is going on, every day it will be a practice. So a person will be left helpless without being aided by anyone. Whatever he does, that will be the real merit and that will test his real mettle as well. Then the Pṛcchakas I said about this ashtavadhanam, 8 in number, they will be sitting on either sides. Today the components are Niṣedhākśḥarī, Samasyāpūraṇa, Dattapadī, and then Pratimala, Saṅkhyābandha, Aprastutaprasaṅga, Kāvyavācana, and Aśukāvya. The order may change. It is as per the preference of the Avadhānī. Niṣedhākśḥara means a topic will be given and a meter will also be suggested by the Pṛcchaka. Avadhānī should compose a verse having 4 lines in such a manner that whenever a letter or a phoneme is negated by the questioner, without using that, keeping it aside, using some other letter, some other phoneme, Avadhānī has to compose a meaningful verse. Redundant verse in gibberish can always be composed by anyone, but a meaningful verse having grammatically correct context has to be established there. That is a big challenge. And then the next one will be Samasyāpūraṇa. And I shall explain a bit about the Niṣedhākśḥarī to make it more clear. If a topic is given that the Lord of Vijñās, who will overcome all the obstacles and will make others overcome the obstacles, Vinayaka, he has to be eulogized. A verse has to be composed. Ga will be the first letter which will be used by the Avadhānī. Ganesha, Ganapati, whatsoever. Immediately the questioner will understand because he too is a scholar. All the Pṛcchakas are scholars. Na, the next letter, the most probable letter, should be avoided. Then the Avadhānī comes with another letter, Ja. Gaja means he has an elephant face, Gajamukha. Even that person will be knowing that Ma is the next letter which should not be used. Then he will say Va, Vadana, Gajavadana, something like that. Then Da will be negated. Then he will be saying Ktra. Till then, a common Indian may be understanding how the things go on. When it comes to Ktra, only few people who know the nuances of language and synonyms, they know. Vaktana means face. That will be known to a scholar. That will be known to a person who is exposed to a lexicon like Amarakosha and other things. Like that, the whole of Niṣedhākśḥarī goes on. Then it is Samasyāpūraṇa. In Samasyāpūraṇa, a redundant line, sometimes meaningless, sometimes the meaning will not be decent enough to present on the stage. Like that, it will have aparthaka, durarthaka or nirarthaka. Means abusive or peculiar, intimidating, or sometimes it may be meaningless also. Such a line will be given. It is a metrical line. And the rest of the 3 lines have to be composed by the Avadhānī in 3 rounds so that it will match perfectly. So the welding or the combination of it, the soldering of that will be seamless so that it will become a monolithic verse. Like that, the Avadhānī has to tackle the Samasya. One example can be given, very well-known Samasya. It is available in Bhoja Prabandha. Bhojaraja once in his court, Asthanam, just came out with one line, Gulu 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 Gulu. It's just a line of imitative sounds, Anukarana Shabda, imitating something which is falling into water, Gulu 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 Gulu, or Gulu 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 Gulu. Then Kalidasa, it seems, he was not of the time of Bhoja, but it is an imaginary situation. He came out with this verse instantaneously, Jambu Phalani Pakvani, Patanti Vimale Jale, Kapi Kampita Shakhabhya, Gulu Gulu Gulu. A beautiful pond, placid pond. Next to it is a tree, jambu tree, and a monkey which is making all sorts of mischiefs like any other monkey, and is shaking the branches. And the branches are full of the fruits, ripe fruits. They are falling one after the other, and the sound generated in water is gulu 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 gulu. This is the beautiful verse. Like that, very, very complicated verses can also be given. Very, very complicated samasyas. Here my friend Ramachandra is there. He is Samasya Parihara Brahma. Any samasya can be given. He will solve it not by using 3 lines. Only with 1 line he will be completing it. Single line samasya. Unheard of this type of solutions. Very, very extraordinary. And here we have the lateral thinking coming into picture, out of box thinking. Gulu 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 means what is it? Mere sound. How to encounter that? Then you have to think of some other situation. So you have to imagine a situation. So in that way, thinking out of box and thinking in a parallel manner, thinking in an oblique way, that is very important. And this is one among the traits, one among the skills that Avadhānī should develop. And that is of a great importance in any field of activity, in any field of expertise. Then comes Dattapada. In Dattapada, something opposite to Niṣedhākśḥara. Words will be given and a topic will be given and meter also will be suggested. By using all these things, Avadhānī, by using every word in every line, so that in 4 lines, 4 words will be stitched in, a meaningful verse has to be composed. In one of my Avadhānams, Mera, Tera, Sara, Pyara. These Hindi words were given, and a Sanskrit poem, a very simple Sanskrit poem in Anushtup, has to be composed, where the devotion of Bharata towards Rama and also Rama's affection towards Bharata, that has to be explained, that has to be suggested through that verse. Rame Rajyam Pradayaham, Rame Rajyam Samarpya, Vrate Ragakshaye Rame, Ramera, there you have Mera, Vrate Ra Tera, Ragakshaye Rame, Saratma Bharato Brute, Api Araditham, Arad means instantaneously, quickly, as a reflex action, Api Arad, Pyaraditham Sunispraha. Like that, Rame Rajyam, Ramera Jam, Pradayaham, Vratera, Tera, Vratera, Gakshaye, Rame, like that. This is Dattapada, and this is also called as Dattapadī. We have many complicated Dattapadas. Once Ramakrishna Pejathaya had given one complicated Dattapada to another accomplished Avadhānī by name Dr. Mahesh Bhatt, using all 4 brand new car brand names, and then some peculiar topic itself, in a very difficult meter too. This is a very difficult challenge, like that. And the third component here for today's Avadhānam is Pratimala. Pratimala is the classical name given in Vatsyayana's Kama Sutra as one among the 64 arts for modern Antyākṣarī or Antyākṣarī as we call. In Kerala it is called Akshara Shloka. And there, how capable is an Avadhānī to remember by heart and enjoy beautiful verses of classical literature, that will be tested, one after the other. In the case of Antyākṣarī based on film songs, complete song will not be sung. Here, complete verse will be sung. Like that, it will be going on. And that is one more component here. And incidentally, this component was introduced into this art for the first time by our Pejathaya. Very beautiful value addition. In other elements, the creative capability of the Avadhānī, the Karitri Pratibha of Avadhānī is going to be tested. Here it is Dharana. How best he can recollect all these verses, he can recall beautiful verses, and how best he has chosen them and by-hearted. By-hearting good verses is an asset by itself. Subhashita mayadravya sangrahanna karotiyaha satu prastava yajneshu dakshinam kam prayachati. If we are not going to by-heart very good subhashitas, very beautiful sayings and quotations, what is that we are going to offer as dakshina in the yajnas that are nothing but our day-to-day conversations and interactions? If we interact with the other person, the people should be having something to take home, something for take home. Our dry words may not be of that value, but master poets and master scholars and visionaries, their crystallized knowledge, their distilled wisdom, which will be enshrined in the form of beautiful verses, they will become things of great value, and such verses will be poured out one after the other in this Pratimala. Then Aśukāvya, a complete verse has to be uttered then and there, composed then and then. For that, Avadhānī should have very good capability of spontaneous versification, that is Aśukāvya Rachana, Ashu, Atyashu. Even the Pṛcchakas would feel difficult to write it down. To that extent, Aśukāvya will be spontaneous and speedy. Then we have Kāvyavācana. In Kāvyavācana, till then, how Avadhānī could create his verses and have retention of the other verses is all known. But how we can appreciate the poems of other poets, other scholars from other languages, or even from the same language, Sanskrit or Kannada or whatsoever, that will be tested. Rajasekhara, a 10th century poet, playwright, and an aesthetician, he says, imagination is of 2 dimensions. One is creative and the other one is appreciative. Only our tradition of Sanatana Dharma and Bharata that recognized the importance of connoisseur, sahridaya, samanam hridayam yasya saha. Whatever is the nature of a creator, an artist, the very same nature will be in a connoisseur also. So, real rasa and the experience of rasa will happen only in the hearts of Sahridayas. So, Sahridaya has a greater importance than in any other culture. And so, how we can appreciate the writings, poems, plays, and other things of master poets, that will be revealed. And it will be very engaging, and beautiful verses will be sung mellifluously, and it will be sonorific also. Then the seventh component, that is Aprastutaprasaṅga. When the Avadhānī is engaged in all these activities, constantly he will be diverted from the serious business, and he will be dragged into other mundane things. And the challenge will be very peculiar. Not only his mind getting out of focus, mind being disturbed, and his focus will be lost, but he will never lose it. The sabha, the gathering, has to be entertained, because we know, like in the case of our marriage, kanya varayate rupam, the bride or even the bridegroom, they prefer the looks of their spouses, their would-be spouses. Mata vittam, mothers are very mindful about the income of her daughter-in-law or son-in-law or whosoever. That's so, mothers are always bothered about the materialistic importance. And pita shrutam, fathers, how qualified he or she is, like that they will be thinking out. And then bandhava kulam icchanti, relatives from which family background and who are their parents, like that they think about lineage, ancestry and other things. And all other people who are unconnected with these friends and well-wishers, how was the marriage? Did they have fabulous food? A sumptuous food was supplied in the marriage? Like that we think. Mishtanna mitare janaha. Mata vittam pita shrutam bandhava kulam icchanti mishtanna mitare janaha. Likewise, even in an Avadhāna sabha, 90% of the people are mishtanna parayanaha. They like sumptuous food. And that has to be offered through Aprastutaprasaṅga, entertainment and vinoda. In one of my Avadhānams, the questionnaire, Aprastutaprasaṅgi, he questioned what is the difference between marriage and garage. One is for pairing and other is for repairing, I told. Like that, some spontaneous bit that will go on. Then the eighth one is Saṅkhyābandha, magic squares. Here a 5x5 square will be written, and the question poser, Pṛcchakas, will be giving one number which will not exceed 3 digits, more than 65 number, 2-digit number, and then not more than 3 digits. Randomly he will be questioning what is the number for the second row and fifth column, or fifth row, first column, like that. Avadhānī then and there will be calculating and will be giving the number. And when all the numbers are added together, put together, that will become the given number, and vertically or horizontally and even diagonally that can be added. The same number will be generated. That's so Avadhānī's analytical power, arithmetic power will also be tested. This is Sahityavadhanam in general. I think my time is up now. I'll be completing now itself with 2-3 lines. At the end of the Avadhānam, Avadhānī will be recalling all the composed verses from his memory and explaining them. That's why in the final round itself, one will be knowing how the whole verses took shape. Then only the complete meaning will be known. In the intermediate stage itself, if the meaning is given completely, especially in the case of Niṣedhākśḥarī, he will take some other way so that Avadhānī will be perplexed more, he will be troubled more. That's why to avoid that, Avadhānī has to protect his interest and also to keep suspense so that the audience will be tied to their seats properly. This is how the Avadhānam goes on. Again, I am wishing a great success to our today's Avadhānī, Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji. And I am very happy and grateful to Chanakya University for encouraging this classical art. My mentor, great scholar and visionary, a saintly personality by name Lanka Krishnamurti, he introduced this Saṅkhyābandha. He used to say, Avadhānam, Samadhanam, Kalanam, Atmanah Kala. So best among the arts, because in all other art forms, you will be having prior preparation, rehearsal. But this is highly spontaneous. How the Avadhānam will go on, how it would take its shape, nobody will be knowing. Even Goddess Saraswati may not be knowing. Because Saraswati, though for a moment, will be residing on the tongue of Avadhānī. Well, welcome to Avadhānam. Thank you.
Certainly not a time for a speech. I don't want to come in the way of what is going to be, I'm sure, a very beautiful experience for all of us. First of all, I once again welcome Shri Ganesh ji and all the scholars. I want to underline this and say that I'm not welcoming the artists, I'm welcoming the scholars, because what you actually see is, I think, a degree of versatility in certain area where you realize the breadth and depth of knowledge that these people would possess. Only two things I want to impress upon our students. Number one, those who are performing today are not merely those who know Sanskrit and Kannada and something and doing only Avadhānam. Among the team that you have today are teachers, researchers, engineers, software professionals. I am saying this because don't think that you who are here to pursue something, this is not for you. You can as well do this. Number one. Number two, Dr. Pejathaya and a team has put together a very important MOOCs course on Avadhānam. I think soon the MOOC course will be available. So if today any of you become more curious and also more interested, there is also another opening for all of you to see how you can really enjoy learning this through the MOOC course. Of course, Pejathaya will be with us, and I am sure he will be also interested to teach you. Another very important thing is, among those who are participating today, we have not only Pejathaya, but a few others who are already part of Chanakya University. So this, I think, is an extremely good thing for us. I also should thank all of you for choosing to come here. I hope we will be able to create more such occasions for our students and learners. Maybe definitely at least once a year, because every year we have new batches of students coming. We have about 500 plus students now. We are hoping to add a minimum of 1,000 more next year. So that means there is a possibility for us. Next year, this auditorium will not be enough for us. So I request all of you to enjoy this. And as Ganesh ji rightly said, it's not like watching a movie. You need to, I think, really focus on this. It's a great experience for you to pick up threads from what is going to happen today and take it forward in your learning process. Once again, welcome to all the students. I was a bit worried because a big chunk of our students today have gone for an industry visit. So I was worried what is going to happen. But still, all of you, I think, voluntarily have turned up. I would see a Asakta Varga at least here. Yeah, that's a good thing. All the best. Please enjoy. And once again, thanks to all of you for coming here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we are about to experience the art of Avadhānam. So we will take 2 minutes to prepare the stage. Once. Okay.
In Ramayana it is said, Punarayan Mahakapihi. So I have come again. I'll be intermittently disturbing Pejathaya also, no problem. In Avadhānam, most important is, it is not match fixing. It is not like a music program where the accompanying instrumentalist will be already informed. I'll be singing this pallavi, having this talam, and having eduppu or yettugade at this point, and so everything is already fixed. Or some raga, some kriti, everything will be told like that. And in dance rehearsals, no such thing will go on. Pejathaya is our respectable friend of lot of affection, but with all that, we will be merciless with him. And even among our friends also, we have not discussed which question we will be putting across. To that extent, we will be maintaining secrecy and no compassion in war and love. Thank you. And of course, yet another thing, this ashtavadhanam takes some 3.5 hours or so. Śatāvadhānam takes something like that 3 days. Sahasravadhanam would take 1 month, 30 days. You can imagine the scale of this art Avadhānam. And we have many other forms of Avadhānam also. Gītāvadhānam, Nrittavadhānam, Talavadhanam, Ganitavadhanam, and then Netravadhanam, similar to dumb chariots. Like that, there are many types of Avadhanams also. So it's a very big ocean on its own nature. We are very, very happy and we are eager to present this art to newcomers, because you have to take this art. Though not performing, you have to inform about this art at your places, in your languages, to your people. Then all our people will be knowing about our tradition. Thank you.
There is one saying in Sanskrit, Vidvaneva Vijanati Vidvajjana Parishramam. So all the 8 questioners and Avadhānī are Vidvans. I am unable to introduce them because Vidvaneva Vijanati Vidvajjana Parishramam. The scholar, only the scholar can explain what scholar is. So I would like to humbly request Śatāvadhānī Dr. R. Ganesh ji and Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji to introduce the Pṛcchakas whenever they will be here on the stage. Thank you. I request Dr. Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji to come on the stage, and Srimati Kanchana Karki ji, MS Chaitra ji, Shri Shashi Kiran ji, Somashekhara Sharma ji, Chinmayee CP, Shri Chetan S ji.
I request all of you to come forward. If you come closer, it will be better for enjoyment. It will become intimate. So you'll be having eagerness to participate actively. Thank you. Our scholar friend Rajat Vinayak Bhattji told that many of my students are performing Avadhānams. No, I have not trained anyone. They are self-trained people. Maybe they would have been inspired by my Avadhānam, but that is insignificant. They are independent on their own. They are my esteemed friends. They are very good scholar friends of mine, but they are not students. I taught only in engineering college, nowhere else I have taught. Thank you.
योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं भवति यदनुभावात् एडमूकोऽपि वाग्मी जडमतिरपि जन्तुर्जायते प्राज्ञमौलिः निखिलभुवनचेतो देवता भारती सा मम वचसि निधत्तां सन्निधिं मानसे च शारदा शारदाम्भोजवदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं क्रियात्. Shri Guru Pyo. First of all, I extend my humble gratitude to all the scholars who actually coming from Bengaluru to Devanahalli is like traveling from Mars to Jupiter, but they took the pain and they traveled all the way from Bangalore city to here for this program. And not only the Pṛcchakas, some Sahridayas also they have traveled for this this cause only. So I extend my humble gratitude to, and those Pṛcchakas also. Pṛcchakas are here, and some Sahridayas also like Arjun Bharadwaj, Raghavendra GS and Ranganatha Prasad. All of them are also accomplished scholars and poets. So I am very grateful to them, and our faculty members and the students also. Particularly we are towards the end of the semester and every minute actually matters. Particularly for the student, this is the time of submissions and several other things, and for the faculty members also it is assessment and all. But still you are here for this. I believe that the art actually takes or connects all of us. So I extend my humble gratitude to all of you, and without further delaying, I will commence with the performance. So let me start with a couple of extempore poems. Srija Saraswati Kamra Kalavida, Srija Saraswati Kamra Kalavida Sahridayan Srijatacha Tava Priyaha, Srija Saraswati Kamra Kalavida Sahridayan Srijatacha Tava Priyaha, Sahridayan Srijatacha Tava Priyaha, Tadubhayojjvala Sangama, Tadubhayojjvala Sangati Redhayat, Tadubhayojjvala Sangati Redhayat, Tvanupamam Edhayat, Tvanupamam Edhayatu. Yeah. Tadubhayojjvala Sangati Redhayat, Tvanupamam Rasatatvamihavanam, Anupamam Rasatatvamihavanam. For the continuation of any art form or art tradition, we need accomplished artists, and as Ganesh sir was mentioning, we need informed audience. So actually many times we see that some art, if we see that some art forms, if they are flourishing, true Sahridaya's contribution also is very much actually. Many times if an artist also, if he is not a Sahridaya, then he cannot actually continue the tradition. He may perform, he may present some performances, but if that art form or art tradition must flourish or must continue, then that artist himself should be a good connoisseur also. So my prayers that art actually, Saraswati is the goddess of the arts and all knowledge. So I am praying goddess Saraswati that you produce so many good artists, not only in this particular art form, in any art form, accomplished artists you produce, and may your husband produce good connoisseurs. So Srija Saraswati Kamra Kalavidaha Sahridayan Srijatacha Tava Priyaha. So may your husband or may your consort produce good number of accomplished connoisseurs, so that the unity of Kalavit and Sahridaya, that actually may that unity of Sahridaya and Kalavida actually takes the Rasa Tattva, makes the Rasa Tattva eternal in this world. So this is the first prayer, and most of the components today have been taken in Kannada, so I will compose a poem in Kannada also. Gunda Paranelamidu, Gunda Paranelamidu, Gunda Paranelamidu Vara Panditarim Manditam, Gunda Paranelamidu Vara Panditarim Manditam Sabha Mandapamum, Varam Panditarim Manditam Sabha Mandapamum, Gunda Paranelamidu Vara Panditarim Manditam Sabha Mandapamum, Kondaaduvavol Rasikara Khanda, Kondaaduvavol Rasikara Khanda Dvitiyinde, Kondaaduvavol Rasikara Khanda Dvitiyinde Tolagade Avadhānam, Kondaaduvavol Rasikara Khanda Dvitiyinde Tolagade Avadhānam. It's composed in Kanda, which is popular in Kannada and Telugu. So this is the birthplace of D.V. Gundappa. DVG is a polymath, and he was a journalist, a philosopher, a poet, and so on. So this is the birthplace, and D actually represents Devanahandi. And then we have a gathering of accomplished scholars and poets. Vara Panditarim Manditam Sabha Mandapamam. Not only the stage, the entire this auditorium actually filled up with the scholars and connoisseurs, not only at present actually. So even people like Kasturi Rangan and all, they actually blessed this particular auditorium. So I am just an instrument. So actually, because of the tejas of these accomplished scholars and artists, this Avadhāna performance actually becomes successful. I am definite with that. And I am actually saying with more consciousness that I am not the performer, that their tejas itself actually performs anything on this stage. So I am just an instrument, just like Krishna asked Arjuna, Nimitta matram bhave savyasachin. So anybody who sits here can perform the Avadhānam. That is the real power of this particular place and this venue. So with this, let me start with the components. So first I request Chetan, our own research scholar. So he will be giving a three-digit number. So I think you can see a 5 into 5. Is it okay? That will appear later. Okay. So he will be giving a number, and that again later you will get to know what's happening. So please, I request him to give the number. And he is researcher in the areas of commerce and management, but he composes juicy poems in Kannada and Sanskrit. So he speaks Sanskrit also. So, yeah.
Greetings to all. So today, for the Saṅkhyābandha, I have chosen one number. In a poetic form, I will express that, and I will explain the meaning. Saṅkhyāsthanāni društva adya Vishnulokam smaramyaham madhye dashavataranam ashtalakshmi virajate. Dashavataranam madhye ashtalakshmi virajate. So the meaning is, by seeing the position of the numbers, I remember Vishnuloka. In the midst of Dashavatara, Ashtalakshmi is glowing. That is 8 in the middle of 10. So number is 180. 180. 180
is the number. Okay, we will come to that while Avadhāna will be going on. So let us go to Niṣedhākśḥarī, as our Vice Chancellor sir was mentioning. So on both sides of mine, only engineers are present. And we can see people. And Ganesh sir also, in his previous ashrama, he was a mechanic engineer. So, yeah. But okay. So KBS Ramachandra sir also is an engineer by profession, but he composes very good poems, and he actually studies classical poems in Kannada, Sanskrit, and all. So I request him to give the topic and start the Niṣedhākśḥarī.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Greetings to everyone. ವಿಷಯ ವನಸುಮ, ಕಾಡಿನ ಪುಷ್ಪ, forest flower. So that's the subject. And as he goes step by step, uttering one letter at a time, I will try to break his thought by banning, what he is likely to utter next. So every step is a challenge here. So the subject is forest flower.
First negation.
ಕಂದಪದ್ಯ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ನೆಗೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮೊದಲನೇ 2 ಅಕ್ಷರ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡಿ. So
the topic is very appropriate for particular this place. I mean, one may not find the relevance, but DVG actually composed a beautiful poem. ವನಸುಮದೊಲೆನ್ನ ಜೀವನವು ವಿಕಸಿಸುವಂತೆ ಮನವಣನುಗೊಳಿಸೋ ಹೇಗುರೋ ದೇವ ಜೀವನವ. So ವನಸುಮದೊಲೆನ್ನ ಜೀವನವು ವಿಕಸಿಸುವಂತೆ. So I think that should be the inspiring, triggering factor to pose this particular question. So I have to,
the poem will be composed in the Kanda meter in Kannada. So in Kannada there's an additional constraint called Adiprasa, which means the second letter of every line must be the same.
Avadhānī.
yeah.
There's a well-known statement in English, love is blind.
Okay.
Then what about marriage? You will be knowing better than me. I'm very sure of it.
it must be like a chashma. That for a blind person it doesn't work, but he must show that I can see something.
Then is it bifocal? Whether it is of short sight or long sight or astigmatism?
Okay, it's 30-40 sight. Because once you get married, you cannot actually move from out of your border. So many things will be there to restrict you. So I think, Pope.
How many of you can understand Kannada? Quite a big number. Something will be appearing in Kannada also. Hope your neighbors, your friends, people next to you may be educated, may be informed about the nuances and witty exchanges in Kannada then and there. Thank you.
He said po ಅಂದರೆ ಪೊನ್ನು ಪೊನ್ನ ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಪೊಡ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
Sa, posa. Posa, ಹೊಸಗನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ, ಹಳೆಗನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೊಸ. So, ಪೊಸ and 180 the number given. Okay.
Now the word is complete, so I can't figure out what is thinking again. But posa jivana, posa janma, like that something he may say. So jakara nisheda. He cannot use ja.
Va.
May try to say vana, which is forest. So nakara nisheda.
Ge, posa, vage.
Posa vage.
There is a component called Antyākṣarī or Pratimala. So we have with this Shri Shashi Kiran, who is very young with his age, but very old with his knowledge. So, I mean, he writes articles, and you must visit an online journal which is named Pṛcchakas. He is one of the contributing editors, and another editor was our own visiting faculty, Arjun Bharat. He is, and he actually used to come in the last semester to teach some of the modules in art appreciation course. So he also is one of the contributing editors. So many beautiful articles and informative articles are present, and he composes poems, and he also was a mechanic engineer, and now he completely left it and completely into this business. So I request him to start with the Antyākṣarī.
Posa vage gam, like that may go. So yakara nisheda.
Gam, posa vage gam. So there were two ways. So he actually got both the ways, but he could negate only one way. So
I cannot
had another one.
both of them.
Posa vage gam. Posa vage gam.
Avadhānī. Second row, fourth column.
180 was the number. Is the number, sorry. Okay.
Is the number. Second row, fourth column. Or second row, fourth box.
Okay. Second row, fourth one.
Avadhānī.
43.
Oh. No, I will intervene next time.
Okay. Posa vage gam.
Posa vage gam, torpa, kanpa, like that he may go. So takara nisheda.
Posa vage gam.
Shakespeare said
Na.
that the world is a stage and all of us are actors. But where are the spectators?
Just
Many times in Avadhānam also it happens. You are Avadhānī and we are Pṛcchakas, that's all. Nothing from that side. That's why we shall make sure of what is what now.
Yeah, actually every artist is a spectator also by default. When you are performing, I will be the spectator, and when I give the answer, you can become the spectator.
Well, then I scratch my back and you scratch mine. I like your post on the Facebook and you the same thing to me. Thumbs up.
No, let us continue scolding with each other. Why should we scratch each other's backs?
Posevagegam na. So there are 2-3 ways you can go. Namma or Navya. So let me Yakara Niṣedha.
De Posavagegam nade.
Avadhānī. Dr. Ganesh alluded to love.
Okay.
So I'll begin with a verse where Manmatha makes fun of Shiva and Parvati for uniting together because he actually burnt Manmatha down. And after that he did not accomplish anything great. He got married to Parvati. Ayam sa bhuvanatraya prathita sayyama shankaro bibharti vapushadhuna viraha katarah kaminim anena kila nirjita vayamiti priyayah karam karena paripidayan jayati jataha sasmaraha. Manmatha is actually giving a high five to his beloved Rati and is mocking at Shiva, Bhagavan Parameshwara, because here is a guy who burnt me down because I tried to distract him when he was engaged in tapas, and he was my sworn enemy. He had sworn not to look at any woman. In fact, Kalidasa says, Stri Sannikarsham Parihartumichan Antardadhe Bhutapatihi. And he actually got married to Parvati again, and I was defeated by him. What is this? And he shares his half of his body with Parvati, better half in all the senses. So that is the verse.
Ramyani Viksha Madhuramshcha Nishamya Shabdan Pariyutsuki Bhavati Yat Sukitopi Jantuhu Tachetasa Smarati Nunam Abodha Purvam Bhavasthirani Janananta Sauhridani.
It's a beautiful verse from Kalidasa's Shakuntala, where the enigmatic experience of art is being explained.
Nadayal, he may go Nadayal, Nadayuttum, like that. So, of course, he has other ways, but then he'll have to tell the meaning also. So, Yakara Niṣedha.
Sorry for distracting.
No. That bit of information I want to convey, that's all. To explain that verse, it takes a lot of time. When once Rabindranath Tagore had visited Bengaluru, he gave a lecture of 1 hour on Kalidasa, and one scholar asked about this particular verse from 5th act, 2nd verse. Then Tagore took another hour itself to explain the beauty of this verse. So I will not be explaining the meaning of it. You refer to the book or to your teachers.
Posavagegam nadevem.
Another 2 more letters to go in this line. It's kind of end of word, so he may go in many ways, so there's no point in my restricting him. Niṣedhavilla.
Like villas, anyone can visit.
Posavagegam nadevem.
Avadhānī? 3rd row, 2nd box. 3ನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ 2ನೇ ಮನೆ.
3ನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ 2ನೇ ಮನೆ.
You see, when the Avadhānam is going on,
28.
he is thinking about the other letter.
28.
Now immediately this question has been posed. He has to keep it aside. Then and there he has to manage this. He has already disposed even before me explaining, and he has come to his track here very easily.
Posavagegam nadevem. 28. Posavagegam nadevem. 2 ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನುಂಗಿ ಬಿಡ್ತೇನೆ.
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಹೊಸ ಮನೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆದಂತೆ ನೀವು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಹೊಸ ಮನೆಗೆ. ಹೊಸ ಮನೆಗಮ್ ನಡೆದಮ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಸ ಬಗೆಗಮ್ ನಡೆದಂತೆ.
ಹೌದು, ಹೊಸ ಬಗೆಗೆ ನಡೆದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನಾನು.
Very dangerous. Posabhagya means for some new moods. A married person saying so is very dangerous.
Dine dine yan navatamupaiti tadeva rupam ramaniyataya. With the same wife I can see new. No need to search for new ones. Posavagegam nadevim nam. Posavagegam nadevim nam. Kanda, the first pada of Kanda is finished.
So I'm not sure whether the Avadhānī is saying this or whether the flower is saying this.
It is Vanasuma, no, it's unknown. Hidden, so let us see. Actually, the ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಧಾಂಗಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Better half, and who actually sits towards the left of the husband, but on this stage actually she is sitting towards the right of the husband, but they are, Sahitya couple, so both actually were engineers and
are engineers.
Okay, so I don't know Kanchana madam still continuing her profession or not, I don't know. So yeah,
Housemaking is much more than any other engineering course. In kitchen we have chemical engineering, in gardening we have mechanical engineering, and in repairs of the household everything we have civil engineering, and with the husband it is electronic engineering, and with children it is computer science.
yeah, please.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಸಮಸ್ಯಾಪೂರ್ಣದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಯ ಛಂದಸ್ಸು ಮತ್ತೇವ ವಿಕ್ರೀಡಿತ. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮದಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ಜನರ್. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮದಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ಜನರ್. People were wishing for struggle or difficulties, wishing and praying for struggle or difficulties. Isla samasya.
Kadu kashtam tamagalendu. Katu kashtam tamagalendu. Bayasuttirpar. Bayasuttumbedu tirpar janar kadu. Bedu tirdar. Sorry. Kalu. Katu kashtam tamagalendu. Bayasuttumbedu tirpar. Bedu tirdar janar. Kadu kashtam tamagalendu. Kadu kashtam tamagalendu. Bayasuttumbedu tirpar janar.
Bedu tirdar janar.
Matte bhavikriditam.
Avadhānī. Let us move on from love to the polar opposite, Vairagya.
Okay.
The letter was Na. Nadhyatam padamishwarasya vidhivan nishreyasavaptaye swargadvarakapatapatanapatur dharmopi noparjitah narīpīnapayodharorयुगलं स्वप्नेऽपि नालिङ्गितं मातुः केवलमेव यौवनवनच्छेदे कुठारा वयं.
It is from Bhartrhari's Vairagya Shataka.
येन योजिन वेश्म स्थिरमर्थविदौ विवेकिनाजिन वेश्म सविजयताम्रविकीर्तिः कविता श्रितकालिदास भारविकीर्तिः.
तीर्थक्रिया व्यसनिनः स्वमनीषिकाभिरुत्प्रेक्ष्य तत्त्वमिति यद्यदमी वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वमेव भवतोऽस्ति न किञ्चिदन्यत् संज्ञासु केवलममी विदुषां विवादः. This verse is supposedly penned by the Mahamaheshwara Abhinav Gupta. He says we address the Parabrahman by many names, whether you take any form, Vishnu, Shiva, etc. It is about the Parabrahman itself. Saṅkhyāsu kevalamami vidushām vivādaha. The scholars nitpick about the name Vivādaha.
दशमुखपुर मध्ये वीक्षिता मैथिलीति श्रवण मधुवितीर्णं येन वीरेण मह्यं दधिमुख यदि सोऽयं भाषते को निरुन्ध्यात् मधु पिबतु यथेच्छं वाहिनी वानराणां.
ಚಂಪೂರಾಮಾಯಣ ಸುಂದರಕಾಂಡ.
ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
ಟಕಾರ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪ್ರಾಸ
ಟಕಾರ ಪ್ರಾಸ ಇಲ್ದಿರ ಅರಿಸಮಾಸ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ.
ಟಕಾರ ಪ್ರಾಸ.
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ನಾರಿ ಮುನಿದರೆ ಮಾರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು ಯಾರ್ರೀ? ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರನ ಕಾಲ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು.
He might be drinking something that helps him think about the answers.
Madhupipatu yathertham. He said, all the monkeys shall enjoy a lively drink.
ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ನಾರಿ ಮುನಿದರೆ ಮಾರ್ರಿ ಅಂತ, ಎರಡು ಹೊಡೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದು. ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ.
ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ಯಾಯವಾಯಿತು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಾಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ನಾರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗಸು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ನಾನು.
ಮತ್ತೆ
ನಾರು ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಬಾಳೆ ನಾರು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ನಾರು
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಕಾರ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಮುಕಾರ ಹೇಗಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು?
ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ಹೇಗೂ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಆಡುವ ನುಡಿಯೇ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ. ನೀವು ನಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾವೇ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾರಿ ಅಂತೀವ್ರಿ. ಕಟುಕಷ್ಟಂ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಕಟುಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು, ಕಟುಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ಪರ್ ಜನರ್. ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು
ಐದನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ ಮೂರನೇ ಮನೆ, 5th row 3rd box.
5th row 3rd 46 46
5th row 3rd box.
5th row 3rd
5th row 3rd box
48 ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹಸ್ಸು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, 4th row 4th box, 4ನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ 4ನೇ ಮನೆ.
4ರಲ್ಲಿ 4 25 ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ. ತಕ್ಕೈಸುವುದು, ಇಡುವುದು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲಲ್ವಾ? ಅಪ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ. ಸಂತೈಸುವುದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡುವುದು, ಧ್ಯಾನಿಸುವುದು ಎನ್ನುವ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ. Later I will explain once it goes. For the time being only Purana, the explanation will come later. Now we
It might change.
It might change. Santaisatum chittamam. The Samasyāpūraṇa is katukashtam tamagalendu bayasuttumbedu tirparjanar. Katukashtam bayasuttumbedu tirparjanar. Now MS Chaitra sir is well known to everyone, but this phase is unknown, that he enjoys composing poems. So for me also it was when I think for the recently I came to know, so I am very glad to have him also on this stage. So sir, you can.
Thank you.
ವೃತ್ತ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾಮಾಲಾ ವೃತ್ತ.
ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾ
ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಅಂದ, ಸುಂದರ, ಮಂದಹಾಸ, ಅಂಕ.
ಅಂಧ ಅಂದ
ಅಂದ
ಅಂದ ಸುಂದರ ಮಂದಹಾಸ
ಅಂಕ
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 ಅಂಕ.
ಸೊ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಿರೋ ಯುವಕ ಅವನ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಯುವತಿಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಅವನ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ
ಅಂದ.
Avadhānīn. If love is a check, then spouse is what? Because our MS Chaitra ji took up the topic of love something else. That's why I am using this.
Love is check, then
love is a check, bank check. Then what is spouse?
Not a chess check.
Bounced check.
Sorry? It should be. I don't know. So I was thinking that when there is a check, then there is no further move. So
Oh, you thought of chess then?
Chess. So there we should stop. I think we cannot ask the next question. So I think there the spouse is meat. Ho gaya, kam khatam. Or you have any better answer?
No, I am neither a lover nor having a spouse. So I have no responsibility of having my answer like other Pṛcchakas. I am irresponsible. But he has to have his verses.
ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾ ಮಾಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾ ಮಾಲೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ, ವೃತ್ತದಲ್ಲೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸರಿ, ಅಂದ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಂ ಹಾಂ.
Brahmacharis have this propensity to gravitate towards love as evidenced by Dr. Ganesh's words. I shall not venture into that. Acha vaktavyam khulu na ityasi.
acha.
A paritoshat vidusham nasadhu manye prayoga vijnanam balavadapi shikshitanam atmanyapratyayam chetah. We have this verse from one of the greatest poets of Sanskrit literature, Kalidasa. He says, Balavadapi shikshitanam atmani. Even though I am competent and even though people have invested so much of time and energy learning so many disciplines, unless they get the approval of learned people, critical comments by connoisseurs, they do not have a high opinion of their own learning. So this is Kalidasa's words, shows his modesty and appeal to connoisseurs at the same time. Apratyayan chetah.
ತಡಮೆನ ಲವನಿಗಳ್ ಕ್ಲಬ್ಬಿನಿಂಗೆ ಹಗಮ್ಯಂ ನಿಡುಮರಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯಂ ಸಾಗೆ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಬಜಾರೊಳ್ ತಡೆಯೆ ಖಗಮಲಂಗಳ್ ತನ್ನ ಮೇಲ್ ಬೀಳುವುದಂ ತಾಂ ಕೊಡೆ ಪಿಡಿಯುತೆ ಪೋಪಂ ಮೂಡಿರಲ್ ಪೂರ್ಣಚಂದ್ರಂ. So this actually there is a beautiful samasya in Sanskrit. Udayati sharadindo yati dhritvata patram. I think for that samasya it was posed, Ramachandra Bhattji actually came up with this kind of solution, in Sanskrit. So more than 50 solutions were actually proposed by different scholars, and Kotamane Ramachandra Bhattji also proposed this in Sanskrit, and Ganesh sir actually converted it into Kannada, translated it into Kannada. So I think so Ganesh sir is a better person to explain if I can request him.
I think time will not permit.
ಇದು ಅವರ ಹಣೆ ಬರಹ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ? ಓಕೆ.
Appropriate question, because Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji is also a Kartantika. He is an astrologer trained in Jyotisha, so he is best suited to forecast their predictions.
That's why I have one question. We all know about Gajakesari Yoga in the horoscopes. What about Ajakesari Yoga? Aja means a lamb. Gajakesari Yoga is for a person who will be an authoritative one if he has that Gajakesari Yoga, like an elephant, like a lion bouncing upon an elephant. So he'll come up in life like an IAS officer or a successful politician, something like that. But what about Ajakesari Yoga?
Yeah, I have that yoga. Therefore, I am in between you people from both sides. ಚಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನೆ ಚಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನೆ ಚಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಚಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಮಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಚಂದದಿಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ ಬಂತು, ಚಕಾರವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಅಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಅಂತಲೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದದಿಂ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ. Very interesting aspect of lunar eclipse is actually the moon actually committing to suicide. So he himself enters the shadow of the earth. So similarly this young boy also actually no need to explain further. ಅಂದದಿಂ ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯನ್ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ಭೂಛಾಯೆಯಂ. So this is the Mallika Mala, and you can recollect the poem like ದೋಣಿ ಸಾಗಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗಲಿ ದೂರ ತೀರಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಲಿ. So these are in the rhythm of Mallika Mala, or ಯಾವ ಮೋಹನ ಮುರಳಿ ಕರೆಯಿತು. So those also.
Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji very cleverly left the explanation unsaid. That is called as the Dhvani Marga in Sanskrit. I'll recite a verse about what are the things that can constitute poetry. It ended with Ra. Ramyan jugupsita mudaramatapi nicha mugram prasadi gahanam vikrutam cha vastu yadvapyavastu kavibhavaka bhavyamanam tannasti yanna rasabhavamupaiti loke. It is said that anything, whether it is a despicable thing or whether it is exalted, everything can constitute poetry, and this is the dictum of Sanskrit aestheticians. This verse is found in Dasharupaka, one of the authoritative texts on Sanskrit dramaturgy.
ಕೆಳೆಯಂಗಾಯಿತ ಸುಮೋಕ್ಷಮಾಗದೆನಗಂ ಬಾಷ್ಪಾಂಬು ಮೋಕ್ಷಂ ಧರ ಜಳ ಬಾಷ್ಪಾಂಬು ಮೋಕ್ಷಂ ಕೆಳೆಯಂಗಾಯಿತ ಸುಮೋಕ್ಷಮಾಗದೆನಗಂ ಬಾಷ್ಪಾಂಬು ಮೋಕ್ಷಂ ಧರಾತಳಮಂ ಕೊಟ್ಟನಿವಂ ಜಳಾಂಜಳಿಯುಮಂ ನಾಂಕೊಟ್ಟೆನಿಲ್ಲಣ್ಯಮಂಡಳಮಂ ಸುಟ್ಟನಿವಂ ಪ್ರತಾಪ ಶಿಖಿಯಿಂದಾನೀತನಂ ಸತ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ನಳನಿಂ ಸುಟ್ಟೆನುಮಿಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ಪ್ರಿಯತಮಂ ಕರ್ಣಂಗಿದೇಂ ಕೂರ್ತೇನೋ. This is from Ranna's Gadayuddha, one of the earlier Kannada works. So no, na. So I think we can now go to...
Here Duryodhana will be lamenting for the death of, untimely death of Karna.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
So Somashekhara Sharma ji is... and all these are best friends also, and as Ganesh sir mentioned, there is no... It doesn't mean... Friends doesn't mean that they will be... show some, what to say, excuse or mercy. Okay, so Somashekhara Sharma sir also is an engineer, and he also one of the founding members of the group called Padyapana. You all must visit the website Padyapana, where how to compose classical poems. Many lessons are also there, and this group actually actively working on that. So I extend warm welcome to him. I hope it is warm.
Yeah, it's warm. I'm using kerchief. Yeah. Namaskara to all. Eldrige namaskara. So first topic is Santana, offspring. Offspring. Progeny. Santana.
Not offspring.
Santana. Okay.
Santana.
Santati, Santana, ಮುಂದಿನ ಇದಲ್ವಾ?
Chaitra ji came up with something about campus love, and here is Santana. Campus love Purva Rupam, Santanam Uttara Rupam, Avadhānī Sandhi, Avadhānam Sandhyanam Sandhanam, Ityadhi campus, something like that. We can make a mantra. One boy came to me and complained, in spite of me writing a love letter to my beloved in blood, it was rejected. Why?
I think blood group doesn't match. Santana. Ganesh sir was mentioning about, let me take it in a bit serious note. So, actually, we have the tradition. It is not only the tradition is defined in two ways. The lineages have been defined in two ways. One is myself, my father, my grandfather in that way. And another one is myself, my guru and his guru. So this is another kind of vamsha. So even in Paninian Vyakarana, there is a sutra, Saṅkhyābandha. So vamsha is considered in two ways. One is Guru Shishya Parampara and second one is Pitraputra Parampara. So yeah, we have to develop our Santana in that Guru Shishya Parampara. So I think when after 100 years of Chanakya University, there should be at least we have to, we should remember this is my guru and this is his guru and this is his guru. And finally we should go to people like our founding members like our guides, or in that way we should go. That should be our aspiration. So in that sense also we can consider as, so Santana is essential. Actually the term itself, Tanu Vistare, it is actually expanding. Santana is expanding or extending. So in that way, I think we can take it. So with this, I have to now produce a poem.
ಮಧ್ಯದ ಮನೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯದ ಮನೆ
ಒಂದು 36 ಇರಲಿ.
When people welcome Madhya, they cannot be Mahapranis, they will become Alpa Pranis.
Middle, third row, third column.
Central house.
So it's 36. Santana. Santatam sancharedasmat santano. Santatam sancharedasmat santana. Sanskrit. So I am composing in Anushtup Sanskrit. So santatam sancharedasmat santana kulabhushanah. Santatam sancharedasmat santana kulabhushanah. Santanah kuladipakah. Santanah kuladipakah. Santanah kuladipakah. Santatam sancharedasmat santanah kuladipakah. It becomes a little nirasa, so I'm okay. Santana. I will compose another one. Let me leave it. ಇದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ.
I'll take a moment to comment on the Avadhānī's baddhata or commitment to maintain the quality of the art form. He very easily came up with 1/2 of the verse in the Anushtup meter, but he has this self-correction mechanism that my verse is turning out to be nirasa or prosaic, and it has become rather dull and uninspiring. So he's backtracking and trying to come up with a newer verse. It is actually very difficult to come up with this verse. In fact, he is answering Pratimala in Kannada verses and also composing verses in 2 languages here. So these are constraints that the Avadhānī himself imposes on himself. Nobody expects him to do all these things, but these things go on a long way to ensure that the quality of the art form is not watered down. So a good round of applause to him, please.
Santanakalpa vrikshoyam chanakya Santanakalpa vrikshoyam chanakya Chanakya tridive bhavah Santanakalpa vrikshoyam chanakya tridive bhavah Santanakalpa vrikshoyam chanakya tridive bhavah
Santana.
Devavriksha. Santanakalpa vrikshoyam chanakya tridive bhavah Yah kalpayatu sarvarthan Yah kalpayatu sarvarthan Yah kalpayatu sarvarthan Yah kalpayatu sarvarthan Yat kalpayatu sarvarthan satas sadbhyo satas sadbhyotra bhavini Yah kalpayatu sarvarthan satas sadbhyotra bhavini satas sadbhyotra bhavini. This santana, which is santana, is a kalpavriksha. One of kalpavriksha is a well-known tree which appears in Puranas. So kalpavriksha, and Chanakya is like a swarga, and the santana, what the students or this Guru Shishya Parampara of Chanakya University is like a kalpavriksha which takes birth in the heaven of Chanakya University. So let this santana of Chanakya University, let it fulfill all the good desires. So sarvarthan satah, good desires for the welfare of the mankind. So this is the and the motto of the university also is to create leaders. So that with this, that idea also is tried to accommodate here. So and composed in Anushtup meter in Sanskrit language. So with this we will go ahead to the Kāvyavācana. So Miss Chinmayee, our own student, MSc Psychology student, she is an Carnatic vocal student also. She completed up to seniors, and she has several other so he performs drama and all. So with this, I request her to recite the poem.
Ellarigu namaskara. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Before starting with Kāvyavācana, I would like to thank Shri Guru Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji for this wonderful opportunity for me to be a part of this, to share a stage with all these scholars. I am a small child in front of all of these scholars, so thank you for this greatest opportunity. किशोरवेशे मुक्तिः स्वयं मुकुलिताञ्जलि सेवते अस्मान् मुक्तिः स्वयं मुकुलिताञ्जलि सेवते अस्मान् धर्मार्थकामगतयः धर्मार्थकामगतयः समयप्रतीक्षाः धन्यवाद.
ಲೀಲಾಶುಕನು ಪಾಡೆ ಮೈಮರೆತೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಲವ ಗಣಿಸುವರೆಂತು ಲೀಲಾಶುಕನು ಪಾಡೆ ಮೈಮರೆತೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಲವ ಗಣಿಸುವರೆಂತು ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಚೇಷ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪದ್ಯದ ಮಾಲೆಯೋಳು ಸುರಿದ ನಿಂತು ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಚೇಷ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪದ್ಯ ಸತ್ಕಾವ್ಯ ಮಾಲೆ ಏನು ಸೂರಿದ ನಿಂತು. ತುಂಬ ಸೊಗಸಾದ ಪದ್ಯ, ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಪೋಯಮ್ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕರ್ಣಾಮೃತ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಆಫ್ ಲೀಲಾಶುಕ, ದ ಪೋಯೆಟ್ ಲೀಲಾಶುಕ. ಸೊ it contains several muktakas means stand-alone poems. So they do not actually are connected with any particular context and all. So all poems actually came as extempore expressions when he actually was, I don't know, in the state of that Rasananda or Brahmananda, don't know. But in such state of meditation, actually whatever he felt and those things very beautifully presented in his poems. So this is one of them, and there are so many excellent, very beautiful poems like Neetam yadinavanitam neetam neetam kimetena atapatapita bhumau madhava madhava madhava. So a gopi says that Krishna actually steals butter and she runs away. And a gopi says that if, and Krishna actually running away from her, that with the fear that gopi may catch him. So, or punish him, not only catching, but punish him. So, but that gopi is saying that neetam yadi navanitam neetam. So, if you are stealing the butter, let it go, I am not bothered about that. But atapa tapita bhumau, you are a small child and the floor outside is very hot because of it is midday and that is very hot. So, hey Madhava, Madhava, Madhava. So, the Madhava means don't run. So, she is saying it twice, and that phrase also is so beautiful. Madhava, Madhava, Madhava. Hey Madhava, don't run, I am not going to catch you. So, such beautiful expressions can be seen in that Krishna Karnamrita. So, this is also one of them, and it says that Bhaktistvayi sthirataya Bhagavan yadisyat. Hey Krishna, if, and very beautifully he says that this Krishna Murti is what I am meditating upon. He says that, he goes that precise also. And he says, if I get the firm bhakti on you, then mukti swayam mukulitanjalihi. If I get firm bhakti on you, then the moksha, what the ultimate purushartha, the fourth purushartha, for which people go for different yogas like karma yoga or jnana yoga or bhakti yoga, different yogas, and it is not easy to achieve that particular ultimate goal. But if I get firm bhakti on you, then that moksha itself comes to me, and with the joined hand. With the folded hand. So, Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjalihi. Actually, that moksha waits for my consent. When should I come and, so in that way. Then, remaining purusharthas like dharmartha kama nivahaha samaya pratikshaha, they actually wait for our appointment, their appointment. That dharmartha kama and moksha are our, actually it is everyone actually want to achieve. From our end the effort should be there, but if I have the firm bhakti on you, if any individual has a firm bhakti on you, those purushartha actually come to us and wait for our appointment. So such a beautiful expression is presented in this poem. Thanks to Chinmayee for presenting that beautiful poem. Now let us come to the second round. With this we completed the first round, and let us come to the second round. The first question was on Vanasuma, and I must compose a Kanda Padya in verse in Kanda. So what I composed was Posavage Gam Nadevennam, Posavage Gam Nadevennam. This much I had composed. I have to continue from there. Posavage Gam Nadevennam.
Our Avadhānī was earlier referring to Santana, and then Vidya Vamsha, and then Anuvamsha, like that. The lineage of blood and lineage of wisdom, something like that. With the same thing, I have a question. If Pandavas were to be in 100 number, and the other way of the Kauravas, means Kauravas were to be 5 in number, what would have happened in Mahabharatam? How would have been the situation? Proliferation of Pandavas.
Number shouldn't matter, the quality should matter.
These men are always so. They don't think of Draupadi at all.
So, in the second line, because the Adiprasa constraint has to be maintained, he will probably use Jasa, Rasa, and so on. But in order that I am not very unreasonable, I am not going to put any restriction on the first 2 letters.
Okay.
Avadhānīgale. First row, second box. First row, second box.
First row, second.
41.
40. Posavage Gamna Devimna. Actually, in Kanda, the second and fourth are difficult because we have to, we have 20 matras and longer lines. So, and Vanasuma also should come. Posavage Gam Nadevinnam Jasa.
ಇನ್ನೂ ನಡೀತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ವಾ?
Jasadim, he will say, or Jasamam, he will say. So let me restrict the Dakar Nishedha.
Jasakam, I don't.
Avadhānī. I am tempted to go back to what Chaitra ji was saying. The letter was Na. And I'll tell this verse not as a prediction about on his question, but this is what generally happens. So the poet feels. It is apocryphally attributed to Kalidasa. Nabari bhariti kabari bhare srajo nachari kariti mruganabhichitrakam vijari hariti napureva matpuro vivari variti nacha vipriyam priya. So what would happen once the girl and boy get together?
Nakara Nishedha.
Yeah, this is what happens. A spell of negation proceeds. Priya.
Yeah. Jasakene anta yochane maadi.
You will say Jasake, Jasakenna, Jasakenal, like that he can go. So I blocked Nakara.
I have to start from Yakara. No? Okay. Yasyattvaya vranaviropanamingudinam tailam nyashichyata mukhe kushasuchi vidhe shyamaka mushti parivardhita ko jahati soyanna putrakritakah padavim mrigaste.
This verse is from Kalidasa Shakuntala, 4th act, where Kandva is addressing Shakuntala when a small deer comes in the way, in her way, and checks her, Then he says, you had nurtured this calf of a deer, and this affectionate deer is not allowing you to go further.
Kendu, jasa kendu.
The word is complete, ಏನು ನಿಷೇಧವಿಲ್ಲ.
Avadhānī ji, you are anyway going to forest.
Ba.
Ramachandra shall go with his Niṣedha, then I will ask.
ಜಸಕ್ಕೆಂದು ಬಾ.
You are like a toll gate that you are not restricting me to enter the forest.
Ba means bara or barda, like that he will say. So,
Jasakendu ba.
Dakara ನಿಷೇಧ.
Na. Jasakendu bana.
Bana is the same as vana, which is forest. So, he may say bana dol or something. So, dakara nisheda.
Our Avadhānī is anyway going to forest. That's why let me ask something connected with trees. We know Buddha got realized under a tree. And in any of our textbooks, school books, kindergarten books, if a sage is sitting and meditating, certainly under a tree. Without tree, can't they get realized? ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳದೆ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆಗೋಲ್ವಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ? You are not sitting under a tree now. But you are not only getting enlightened, you are making others also enlightened.
At least that jnanodaya must happen. No, I should go and find a tree. That jnanodaya also must happen. Till that jnanodaya, I have to sit somewhere under some tube light or something. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನದ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ದಕಾರವನ್ನೇ ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನ, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನದಿಗಿಳಿದು ಮೊಸಳೆ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾದಾಟ ಮಾಡಿದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನ, ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನ.
ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳೇ, 3ನೇ ಸಾಲು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಮನೆ, 3rd row 1st box.
40. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನ, ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನಕ್ಕೆ, ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನಕ್ಕೆ.
Banakke, again the word is over. You may say Nilva or something, to give. Nakara nisheda.
Poo. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನಕ್ಕೆ. ಹೂವು ಹಳೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂವು ಅಂತ. ಪೂ. ಜಸಕೆಂದು ಬನಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂ. ಪೂ.
Poo, he has said. He may, if I restrict something else, he may say Poo-vu also. So, Vakara Nisheda.
Banakke Poo. Jasakendu banakke Poo.
Dhani. It was ended at ta. Tayor yatha prarthitam indriyarthan asedushoh harmyasu chitravatsu praptani dukhanyapi dandakeshu sanchintyamanani sukhanyabhuvan. Na.
Bhuvan, vakara. ವೇಣುಸ್ವಾನಮೋ ಪಾಂಚಜನ್ಯರವಮೋ ಗೀತೋಕ್ತ ಗಾಂಭೀರ್ಯಮೋ ಮೌನಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಮೋ ಗೋಪಿಕಾ ಪ್ರಣಯಮೋ ಕೌಂತೇಯ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯಮೋ ಸೇನಾನಿತ್ವಮೋ ರಾಜ್ಯತಂತ್ರನಯಮೋ ಚಕ್ರಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಸಂಧಾನಮೋ ನಾನಾ ಜೀವನ ಧರ್ಮರಂಗಗಳೊಳ ದರ್ಶಂ ಯಶೋದಾಸುತಂ. ಡಿ ವಿ ಜಿಯವರ ಪದ್ಯ. it actually gives a full account of the life of Krishna. It can be taken as a sutra and we can do the Dalakritya, explanation for each and every line. It is so beautiful. And
I will do my work.
Vakara Nisheda.
Shashi came out with a beautiful verse. You continue. From Raghuvamsha of Kalidasa, where having seen the painted scenery of what all the difficulties Rama, Sita and Lakshmana underwent in the forest, when they came home and then when they were in happy moods, when they revisited the old paintings, old memories, everything became afresh and enjoyable. Our experience may be bitter and harsh, but once we recollect them in our good days, heydays, then certainly they too will be enjoyable. Very wonderful message of art itself. And he came out with a great verse from D.V. Gundappa. It is from his Krishna Parikshanam. There, in every aspect of life, Krishna, you will be the ideal. Whether while playing a flute or blowing a conch, or whether giving a ceremony in Yuddha, in the battlefield, and also when interacting with sages or when undergoing through the romance of Rasa Leela, everywhere he is ideal.
So, Poo, amele so.
Poo, so.
Here, some unwanted Dattapada may intervene.
Jasakin, Tubanakke, Poo, so.
So means Sokko, like that it might go. Sade also it may be, but let me restrict Kakara.
Ga. Poo, so, ga.
Swaga means he will say Swagamakku, Swagam Aitu, like that. So Makara Nisheda.
De. Jasakin Dubanakke su Poo so gade na
Jasakin Dubanakke Poo so gade.
Again the word is complete, but Swagade means, with all splendor, Merayut Tirkum, like that he may do. So Makara Nisheda.
When the word is completed in Niṣedhākśḥara, any amount of challenge will be of little use. Because the word means the context. That context is over. A new window has to be opened. And that's why it is always better not to restrict. And many times Ramachandra is passing just because of that. We should not object when there is no way for that. ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ನೀವು ಕರಾವಳಿ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದವರು, ಮೀನಿಗೂ ಜಾಮೀನಿಗೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ? ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು ಜಾಮೀನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ಮೀನ್ ಮೈಂಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಮೀನಿಗೂ ಜಾಮೀನಿಗೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ? ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಮೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಜಾಮೀನ್. ಜಾಮೀನ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಎ ಪರ್ಷಿಯನ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಲ್.
ಎರಡೂ ಸಮಾಂಸ ಮೀನ.
ಮೀನಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಜಾಮೀನಾಕ್ಷಿ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
There is a Sanskrit word samamsa meena, which means which occurs every year. So samam vijayate samamsa meena. So jameen and meen both actually occurs every year repeatedly. So just a word play, that's all.
Swagade.
And very importantly, for Aprastutaprasaṅga, there should be an answer, just like we write in some examinations. So if it clicks, it should not be a correct one. So okay.
Swagade, Makara Nisheda.
Makara Nisheda. So gade jasakin dubanakke pooso gade. ಬನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಸೊಗದೆ ಅಂತ ಚತುರ್ಥಿಯೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಪ್ರಥಮವೂ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಈಗ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದವನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಐ ಮೇಡ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ದಟ್
ವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪಾತ್.
ಸೊಗದೆ ಸೊಗದೆ ದುಬನಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂ ಸೊಗದೆ Sa.
Sa means sagu, saru, like that. Rakara Niṣedha, repa.
Gu.
Sagut tirpem, sagutum, like that it will go. So takara Niṣedha.
Va.
ನಿಷೇಧವಿಲ್ಲ.
Wool. Vanasuma has become Upamana. So, Jasakendu banakke pusogade saguva wool. Jasakendu banakke sogade pusaguva. Jasakendu banakke illa aitu. Jasakendu banakke pusogade saguva wool. Pusogade saguva wool. Hegu entered the forest somehow. So now let me go to the Samasya. Atavi vasadolirdu. The Samasya was katukashtam tanagam tamagagalendu helbedi katukashtam tamagagalendu tumbeduvar bayasut tumbeduvar ಬೇಡುತ್ತಲಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್ ಕಟುಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂ ಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್ ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂ ಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ. This much was composed in the previous this one. ಪ್ರಕಟಂ ಮಾಳ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ಜಟಕ ಬಂಡಿಯ ಗತಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸಟ.
As our Avadhānī is an accomplished Jyotisha Kovida, is an accomplished Kartantika Daivajna soothsayer, I have a case. A couple had come to me that in spite of their horoscopes being well matched, they are not finding any comfort in their marriage and they are leading towards a divorce. Why? Their horoscopes are very well matched. And it's really an ideal match. In spite of that, they are moving towards divorce.
Okay.
I may be wrong. Perhaps my acumen in Jyotisha may be rather poor. That's why I am putting the case across your consideration.
Whatever we experience in human life, two things. One is Daiva and other one is Pṛcchakas. So both matter. It's not only Daiva. Pṛcchakas also.
Then husband is wrong. Pṛcchakas.
Okay, so, and if I have to give some passing answer, then I must say that the horoscope itself is not of them. So
No, they are damn sure of it. I cross-verified. But to my dismay, I found that some other Brihat Brahmanda, he told the horoscope of the advocates are much stronger than these couple, and in their horoscope it is said that they will they will negotiate for a divorce, and that's why it's happening so.
ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ನೈ ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ.
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಡೋರ್ ನಂಬರ್ 44, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್?
Third cross, fourth main.
Third row, fourth box, 44.
ವಿಕಟ ಆಕಾರದ ಬಾಳ್ತೆಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. ವಿಕಟ ಅಕಟ ಒಂದೇ ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಚಿತ್ತಮಂ ಇತ್ತಲ್ವ. ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ
ಸಂಕಟದಿಂದ ದಾಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಸಂಕಟವನ್ನ.
ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆನೆಂದು ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆಮೆಂದು ಇದಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಬಹುವಚನ ಇದೆ. ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆನೆಂದು ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆನೆಂದು ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆನೆಂದು ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದೂರಗೊಳಿಪ್ಪೆನೆಂದು ಬೇಡ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಬೇಡ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ 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 ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಸಂತೈಸುಟುಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಮೀರೆ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಮೀರೆ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಮೀರೆ ದಾಂಟೆ ಬೇಡ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟೆ ಚಿತ್ತ 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 ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲಿನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲಿನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲಿನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ.
ವೈಷಯ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ವೈಷಯಿಕ
ಅಣ್ಣ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲಿನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲಿನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ. ತಾನೇ ಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ತಾನೇ ಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರ್ಕಶವಾದ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ತಾನೇ
ಸಂಕಟ ದಾಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
ಹೌದು, ತಾನೇ ಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ತಾನೇ ಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ಅಂತ. So the second pada has been completed. So now I have to go to the couple.
Not couple, campus romance.
Yeah. ಅಂದದಿಂಚಂದಿರನ ಅಂದದಿಂಚಂದಿರನ ಚಂದಿರನು ಅಂದದಿಂಚ ಭೂಚ್ಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ ಭೂಚ್ಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ ಭೂಚ್ಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ ಭೂಚ್ಛಾಯೆಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವ ಒಲ್ ಭೂಚ್ಛಾಯೆಯಂ.
ತದ್ವಲ್ಗುಣಾಯುಗ ಪದುನ್ಮಿಷಿತೇನ ತಾದೃಕ್ ತದ್ವಲ್ಗುಣಾಯುಗ ಪದುನ್ಮಿಷಿತೇನ ತಾದೃಕ್ ಸದ್ಯಃ ಪರಸ್ಪರ ತುಲಾಮಧಿರೋಹತಾಂ ದ್ವೇ ಪ್ರಸ್ಪಂದಮಾನ ಪರುಷೇತರತಾಲಮಂತಶ್ಚಕ್ಷುಸ್ತವ ಪ್ರಚಲಿತ ಭ್ರಮರಂಚ ಪದ್ಮಂ.
ಪದ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಗಣೇಶರ ಪದ್ಯವನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಮನಕೆ ಮೆಚ್ಚು ಮನೆಗಚ್ಚು ಮೆಚ್ಚೆನಲ್ ವನಿತೆಯಂ ವರಿಸೆ ಮಂಟಪಸ್ಥಿತಂ ಹನುಮನಾಣ್ಮನೊಲೆ ಹನುಮನಾನ್ಮನೆನೆ ಬೀಗಿ ಬಾಗುತುಂ ವನಿತೆ ಜನನಿಗಂ ನಗುತೆ ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದಂ ಜನನಿಗಂ ನಗುತೆ ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿದಂ. It was a Samasya. In 2012, there was a Tumbugannadada Śatāvadhāna. In that, Samasya was given, and the poem very beautifully composed, so I remember it. So, Kattidam da.
दद्याद्दयानुपवनो द्रविणाम्बुधारामस्मिन्न किञ्चन विहङ्गशिशौ विषण्णे दुष्कर्मघर्ममपनीय चिराय दूरान्नारायणप्रणयिनी नयनाम्बुवाः
Avadhānīn, recently we had a very big show on using on the abuse and misuse of the nails of tigers, lions and other carnivorous animals, wild animals. But should we not lodge case against either Leela Shuka or Shri Krishna? Because Pundarika Nakha Manditam, like that he says. Should we not?
If we can judge a case on tigers also, because they are holding some nails, then this one also should be allowed. Ha devi sputati hridayam dhvamsate deha bandha shunyam manye jagada virala jwala mantarjalanvi सीदन्नन्धे तमसि विधुरो मज्जति वान्तरात्मा विश्वङ्मोह स्थगयति कथं मन्दभाग्यः करोमि. This is from Uttar Ramacharita of Bhavabhuti. Sundaram nade nadedu taruniya. Sundaram nade nadedu taruniya hinde ಬಿದ್ದಪನಲ್ತೆ ತಾಂ. ಸುಂದರನ್ ನಡೆದು ತರುಣಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದಪನಲ್ತೆ ತಾಂ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತರುಣಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಡೆದು ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಡೆದು ಅವನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದ, ಅವನ ಕಲಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದ ಅಂತಲೂ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸುಂದರಂ ನಡೆದು ತರುಣಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದಪನಲ್ತೆ ತಾಂ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಸುಂದರ ಬಂತು. ಸುಂದರ ಆ ಯುವಕನೇ. ಇನ್ನು ಆಶುಕವಿತೆ ಎರಡನೆಯ ವಿಷಯ.
So you might be observing that for my Vibhaga, he is giving the whole poem, cash and carry, right? That's my Vibhaga, not like others. So he will deliver the whole poem for mask, Mukhavada.
Who is Panauti in Avadhānam? You should not point towards me.
Don't give this chunauti to me.
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಮೂರನೇ ಸಾಲು ಕಡೆ ಮನೆ, ಥರ್ಡ್ ರೋ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್
32.
So you can observe the third row total became 180.
I'm not giving him the metrical, which is the meter in which he has to construct. Adu heltilla. I have constructed in some meter. If I give that, he can also follow that. So I am leaving it open. He has to select. So that challenge is also there. I don't know whether you will be able to gauge that. Yeah. So he has to select the meter also, and he has to.
Nagema salmanadul, nagema salmanadul, nagema salbageyul, nagema salbageyul, nagema salbageyul mige sogamum, nagema salbageyul mige sogamum, nagema salbageyul. ನಗೆಮಾ ಸಲ್ಬಗೆಯೊಳ್ ನಗೆಮಾ ಸಲ್ಬಗೆಯೊಳ್ಮಿಗೆ ಸೊಗಮುಂ ಸೊಗಮುಂ ನಶಿಸಲ್ ಕೆಸರುವಮುಂ ಸೊಗಮುಂ ನಶಿಸಲ್ ಕೆಸರುವಮುಂ ಸೊಗಮುಂ ನಶಿಸಲ್ ಕೆಸರುವಮುಂ ತಾನಕಟ ಸೊಗಮುಂ ನಶಿಸಲ್ ಕೆಸರುವಮುಂ ತಾನಕಟ ಮೊಗಮಂ ತೋರೆ ಜನಕ್ಕಂ ಮೊಗಮಂ ತೋರೆ ಜಗದೊಳ್ ಸಂಚರಿಸಲ್ ನೀಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಜಗದೊಳ್ ಸಂಚರಿಸಲ್ ನೀಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಜಗದೊಳ್ ಸಂಚರಿಸಲ್ ನೀಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣಮೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣಮೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣಮೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣವೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣವೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಜೀವನದೊಳ್ ಮೊಗವಾಡಮೆ ಶರಣಮೆನ್ನುವೆಂ ಜೀವನದೊಳ್. So this is a person who is the topic given is mask. So the person is saying that my entire smile, I lost my smile long ago, and nage masal mogadol or mige yeah, and sogamam nashisikyo. So the entire whatever I had pleasure in my life, the entire pleasure also, the happiness also is dried up now, but still I have to show my face in front of the world, and in my day-to-day life activities I have to show my face. So jagakam mogamam toral, so I have to show my face, therefore so I have the only one thing that can help me is the mask. So with that I cannot actually, with the help of that mask I cannot actually, I can interact with the people, but I cannot, I can hide my face from them. It is little, the mask, we always wear some masks, not the physical ones. Many times we wear some masks. So in that sense also, keeping that in mind, I composed this poem. So now let us go to the second poem in the Kāvyavācana.
अथेदं रक्षोभिः कनकहरिणा छत्नाविधिना अथेदं रक्षोभिः कनकहरिणा छत्नाविधिना तथा वृत्तं पापैः व्यथयति यथा क्षालितमपि तथा वृत्तं पापैः व्यथयति यथा क्षालितमपि जनस्ताने शून्ये जनस्ताने शून्ये विकलकरणैः आर्यचरितैः अपिग्रावरोदित अपि दलति वज्रस्य हृदयम् अपिग्रावरोदित अपि दलति वज्रस्य हृदयम् दलति वज्रस्य हृदयम्
ಭವದಭೂತಿಯಿದೋ ಉತ್ತರಂ ರಾಮಚರಿತಂ ಭವದಭೂತಿಯಿದೋ ಉತ್ತರಂ ರಾಮಚರಿತಂ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೆ ಮಗಂ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೈ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೈ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ರಸದ ಜನಕಂ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೈ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ಸುಖದ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೈ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ರಸದ ಜಗಕಂ ಸವಿಯ ನೀವುದೈ ದಾಂಪತ್ಯ ರಸದ ಜಗಕಂ ಕವನಿ ಸಿರ್ಪನೈ ಭವಭೂತಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನಿಂದಂ ಕವನಿ ಸಿರ್ಪನೈ ಭವಭೂತಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನಿಂದಂ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಈಗ ನಿರ್ಗಮ ಪ್ರಾಣ ಸಂಕಟ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕವನಿ ಸಿರ್ಪನೈ ಭವಭೂತಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನಿಂದಂ ಕವನಿ ಸಿರ್ಪನೈ ಭವಭೂತಿ ಸೊಗಸಿನಿಂದಂ ಛವಿದೆಂದೆಂದು ಮಾಸದೈ ಛವಿದೆಂದೆಂದು ಮಾಸದೈ ಛವಿದೆಂದೆಂದು ಮಾಸದೈ ಭೂಮಿ ಛವಿದೆಂದೆಂದು ಮಾಸದೈ ಭುವಿಯೊಳೆನುವೆಂ ಛವಿದೆಂದೆಂದು ಮಾಸದೈ ಭುವಿಯೊಳೆನುವೆಂ. So this poem is taken from Bhavabhuti Suttar Ramacharita. So athedam rakshobhih kanakaharina chadmavidhina tathavrittam paper vyatayati yathākṣhālitam-api janasthāne shūnye vikalakaranairáryacharitais api grāvāroditi dalati vajrasya hridayam. In this way he actually in Uttar Ramacharita in the first act there is a beautiful how Bhavabhuti presented. So they all came back from the exile and she was pregnant, Sita was pregnant, and they were actually seeing the paintings of all, and they explained what all experienced during their exile, and all those were converted into painting. So they are actually standing in front of each and every painting, and they were actually recollecting their experiences. When this was the case of Maya Mriga. So that deer actually, Maricha comes in the form of golden deer. So when they were in front of that painting, Lakshmana says, Athedam rakshobhi kanakaharina chadmavidhina tathavrittam paper vyatayati yathākṣhālitam-api. What those Rakshasas did with us, with this golden deer. So we actually took the revenge, but still it actually hurts us. So and that yathākṣhālitam-api ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಸರಿ ತೊಳೆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ನೋಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. And he says, and in Janasthana, that place, after Sita's Viyoga, when Ravana actually
abducted her.
Sita. And after that, with the Sita Viyoga, the Rama was crying and weeping in the forest. What he was doing at that time, and that actually caused the api grava roditi. Even the stones shed tears. And dalati vajrasya hridayam, diamond we say that it is very strong. Even the heart of diamond can break by seeing the situation of Rama. So this way actually he beautifully presents. Actually Ramayana is not only the story of Rama and Sita or what happened there. It is a story of the connection. I mean, there are so many things. So one of the things is Dampatya Sambandha. The Indian culture is very much rooted in the Dampatya Sambandha and the Kutumba Vyavastha. Actually, this poem beautifully presents how Dampatya Sambandha or how the Kutumba Vyavastha should be there. If it will not continue, then any civilization can actually, any culture can actually decline. So with this I will stop, and thanks for rendering that beautiful poem. So
very serious poem. We need some comic relief. Sri Rama, in spite of Lakshmana's repeated warnings, why he chased that golden deer? Why he chased? You are a Daivajna, you should be knowing this. If not, it will be an insult on your profession and your learning.
No, I am not a Daivajna now. I am an Avadhānī now, so I can answer. I can tick any of the answers. So for the time being, actually, somehow Ravana's
you calculate the dates of Ramayana, you will be knowing that. It was the day of Akshaya Tritiya. That's why everyone has to purchase gold. And Rama is a very, very traditional person. So he, at any cost, would go for buying gold. Beg, borrow or steal, whatever. But Sita has to be gifted with gold. And that's why he went behind golden deer. This is what? A very great research. Such research has to be conducted regarding Ramayana, Mahabharata and such other texts. And even in Vedas also.
Thank you very much.
But don't be serious. This is very dubious.
So let us go to the Kanda, Vanasuma. Posavage yimnadevennam, posavage yimnadevennam, jasakam, 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 jasaken dubanakke, pu, jasaken dubanakke, pu, sogade saguvavol, jasaken dubanakke, pu, sogade saguvavol. Till that I had composed.
Yeah, and there are few options for him because of the Adiprasa, which is Rasa and Posa. Posa already has come, and but like I did the last time, I will not restrict him for the first two letters.
Avadhānī, fourth row, second box and fifth box.
Fourth row, second
box and fifth box.
47.
Fourth row, second box.
Second one.
Fourth row, second box.
Fourth row, second. Okay. 29.
Okay. Fourth row, fifth box.
Fifth one. 38. Fourth row, fifth, 38.
Okay.
Fourth row, second, it's 29.
29.
ಮೊದಲೆರಡು ನಿಷೇಧವಿಲ್ಲ.
Pasu. Pasu.
Pasu. Pasu is cow. ಪಸುಗಂ ಅಂತೇನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಗಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ಳೆ ಪಸುಳೆ. ಹಸುಳೆ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಹೊಸಗನ್ನಡ, ಇನ್ ಹಳೆಗನ್ನಡ ಪಸುಳೆ.
ಪಸುಳೆ ಎಂದದೆ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಮೇಡ್. ಯಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ಪಸುಳೆ ಪಸುಳೆ ನ
ಪಸುಳೆ ನ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಗು ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಗಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ಲಿ ಪಸುಳೆ ನ ಲಿ
ನಲ್ಲಿ ವ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ವಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ವ ಪಸುಳೆ ನ ಲಿ ವ
ವಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ವಕಾರ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪಸುಳೆ ನ ಲಿ
ಎಲ್
Avadhānī.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
Let me help you recover your Avadhānam. The letter was Ma. Manye nijaskalana dosham avarjanīya manyasya mūrdhi viniveshya bahirbhubhūshuhu avishyadeva rasanani mahakavinam devi giramapi tavastavam. This is a verse from Appaya Dikshita's Varadarajastava. It says the deity of learning, she does the avatara on the tongues of great poets. You can see all these great poets here coming up with extempore verses. That is not because to entertain us, it is actually to cover up Saraswati's own inability. What is that inability? Saraswati wants to sing in praise of the Lord, perhaps Bhagavan Narayana or Parabrahma, And when she sets out to do that, she will obviously falter because nobody can sing the entire glory of the God. Therefore, in order to save herself from the blame, she makes the poet the object of the blame. She makes him sing in praise of the God, and then he makes the poet the object of the blame. Mahakavi Devi Giramapi Tavastava Matanoti.
Tasyam buddhitraya nivarita shasanasya satyashrayasya paramaptavata prasadam satyashrayasya paramaptavata prasadam shailanjinendra bhavanam bhavanam mahimna nirmapitam nirmapitam matimata ravikirtinedam nirmapitam bhagavata nirmapitam matimata ravikirtinedam. This is a poem from Aihole inscription which contains 37 verses. All verses are of poetic merits. So, Kirtinedam Naliye anta madona. Pasule Naliye.
Pasule Naliye. The word is over. Yavdu Niṣedha illa.
Naliva vol anta ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೆ. Pasule Naliva vol anta. Pasule Naliye. Pasule Naliye.
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಈಶಾನ್ಯ ಮೂಲೆ.
ಮಾ.
ಈಶಾನ್ಯ ಮೂಲೆ.
ಈಶಾನ್ಯ ಮೂಲೆಯಾ? ನೀವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ವ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ?
ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಉತ್ತರ ಪೂರ್ವ. ಹಾಗೆ
ಈಶಾನ್ಯ ಮೂಲೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮೊದಲನೇ
ಸಾಲ ಕಡೆ ಮನೆ.
ಕಡೆ ಮನೆ. ಓಹೋ, ಸರಿ. ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಇದಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ್ನೇಯ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿ, ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ ಕಡೆ ಮನೆ.
ಪೂರ್ವಾಭಿಮುಖವಾಗಿಟ್ರೆ ಅದು ಆಗ್ನೇಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇರ್ಲಿ, ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸಾಲಿನ ಕೊನೆಯ ಮನೆ. ಓಕೆ, 45. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಮಗುಳುದು ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಏನೋ. ತಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ರೇ. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ. ಮ 33. ತ್ರಯಸ್ತ್ರಿಂಶತ್. ದೇವತಾ ಪ್ರೀತಿ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ 33. 33.
ಮರೆಗೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಯಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ. ಮಾ.
ಮರೆ ಮಾಚು ಅಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಚಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ.
ಡು. ಮಾಡು. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡು.
ಇನ್ನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ,
ಇನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಮರೆ ಮುಗಿಸಿಬಿಡೋಣ.
ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ದಾಯ್ತು.
ಇನ್ನು ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡೋದಿದೆಯಾ?
ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರ ಇದೆ. ಕುರು ಆಗ್ಬೇಕದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರ ಬೇಕು.
ಅದೇ ಮುಂದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದೆ
ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ.
ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಕಾರ ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಪಸುಳೆನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಪಸುಳೆ ಇರಲಿ. ನಾನೇ ಹಸುಳೆ. ಪಸುಳೆ ನಾನಾಗಿರ್ಪೆ. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುವ. ನಾನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕೊನೆಯ ಪಾದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಂಡೋಗುವ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂ ಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂ ಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್. ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ಅಟವೀವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ ಚಿತ್ತ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯ ಸುಖಂ. ದಾಂಟಲೆನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯಸುಖಂ ಸಂಕಟಮಂ ದಾಂಟಲನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯಸುಖಂ ಅವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದ ತಾನೇಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ದಾಂಟಲೆನಿತ್ತು ವೈಷಯಸುಖಂ ತಾನೇಯವಷ್ಟಂಭಕಂ ಅಟವೀ ವಾಸದೊಳಿರ್ದು ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ
ಅವಧಾನಿ
ಸುತುಂ ದಿವ್ಯಮಹಮಂ ಮಹದೊಳ್ ಸಂತೈಸುತುಂ. ಹಾಂ,
ದ ಇಂದ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ದಾನಂ ಭೋಗೋ ನಾಶಃ ತಿಸ್ರೋ ಗತಯೋ ಭವಂತಿ ವಿತ್ತಸ್ಯ ಯೋ ನ ದದಾತಿ ನ ಭುಂಕ್ತೆ ತಸ್ಯ ತೃತೀಯಾ ಗತಿರ್ಭವತಿ. Apparently there are only 3 ways in which money can function. Dana, which is charity; bhoga, which is you should enjoy or spend it among yourself. If you don't do either of this, tasya tritiya gatir bhavati. You will squander away all your wealth. Dhanam nashyati. Bhavati.
ತಸ್ಮಿನ್ ಪ್ರದೋಷ ಸಮಯೇ ಸಹಸಾ ಹನುಮಾನ್ ಕೀರ್ತಿಚ್ಛಟಾಯ ವನಿಕಾಮಪನೀಯ ಶತ್ರೋಃ ಆವಿರ್ಬಭೂವ ಸುಮನಃ ಪರಿತೋಷಣಾಯ ಲಂಕಾ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ನವನಾಟಕ ಸೂತ್ರಧಾರಃ.
From the same work, Rajani Charama Bhage Varasi Mantininam Karatala Kalitabhirdipika Marjanibhi Dishi Dishi Parimrishtam Yattamastat Samastam Hridayamavajagahe Kevalam Ravanasya.
ಯಾಸ್ಯತ್ಯದ್ಯ ಶಕುಂತಲೇತಿ ಹೃದಯಂ ಸಂಸ್ಪೃಷ್ಟಮುತ್ಕಂಠಯ ಕಂಠಸ್ತಂಭಿತಬಾಷ್ಪವೃತ್ತಿಕಲುಷಶ್ಚಿಂತಾಜಡಂ ದರ್ಶನಂ ವೈಕ್ಲವ್ಯಂ ಮಮತಾವದೀದೃಶಮಹೋ ಸ್ನೇಹಾದರಣ್ಯೌಕಸಃ ಪೀಡ್ಯಂತೆ ಗೃಹಿಣಃ ಕಥನ್ನ ದಯಿತಾ ವಿಶ್ಲೇಷ ದುಃಖೈರ್ನವೈಃ ವ. ತಟಮಂ ತಟಮಂ ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಟಮಂ
ಅವಧಾನಿಗಳೇ, 5th row first box last box, 5th row first box last box,
5th row first box last box. 27, last one is 38. No, sorry, 39. Last one is 39. 5th row first one is 27. 27. Last one is 39.
So for the audience you can observe that diagonal also summated to 180.
ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ. ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯೇ ತಟ, ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನೇ ತಟ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು ತಟಮಂ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ಅಂತ, ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಸೇರೆ ಅಂತ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ಸಾಕೆನಿಸುವಿ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ಬೇಡ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯಂ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯ ಅಂತಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯ 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 ಲಲಿತದಿಂ ತಟಮಂ ಪೊಂದೆ ವಿರಕ್ತಿಯ ಲಲಿತದಿಂ ಸಂಸಾರದೊಳ್ ನಿತ್ಯಮಂ ಕಟುಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮಗಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂಬೇಡು ತಿರ್ಪರ್ಜನರ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ರೌಂಡ್. ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ಪೊಗುವವೊಲ್ ಭೂಛಾಯಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವವೊಲ್ ಭೂಛಾಯಯಂ ಅಂದದಿಂ ಚಂದಿರನು ತಾನಲ ಪೊಗುವವೊಲ್ ಭೂಛಾಯಯಂ ಸುಂದರಂ ನಡೆದು ತರುಣಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದಪನಲ್ತೆ ತಾಂ ಸುಂದರಂ ನಡೆದು ತರುಣಿಯ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿದ್ದಪನಲ್ತೆ ತಾಂ. ಇನ್ನು ಮಂದಹಾಸ ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಮಂದಹಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ವೆನ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಬಾತ್ರೂಮ್ ಸಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್?
ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಬರ್ತ್.
ನಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯು. In the world itself, when did bathroom singing came into existence? Because many singers, they should be just bathroom singers. Unfortunately, they come to the dayas also. That is the danger. But when did this bathroom singing came into vogue?
When bathroom was constructed and people started to take bath in bathroom, from that day bathroom singing.
One person has invented, he made a recent study.
Please don't disclose any research works. No. Because I want it, we shall do the collaboration.
No. He shall become your literature review, literature survey. For that purpose it will aid. When the bathrooms were not having doors, then bathroom singing was invented. Then came into existence. Improved research.
ಮಂದಹಾಸವೋ ಚೆಲುವ ನೋಟವೋ ಮಂದಹಾಸವೋ ಚೆಲುವ ನೋಟವೋ ಮಂದಹಾಸವೋ ಚೆಲುವ ನೋಟವೋ ದಿವ್ಯ ನೀರೆಯ ಲಾಸ್ಯವೋ ಮಂದಹಾಸವೋ ಚೆಲುವ ನೋಟವೋ ದಿವದ ನೀರೆಯ ಲಾಸ್ಯವೋ ದಿವದ ನೀರೆ ಅಪ್ಸರೆ ದಿವದ ನೀರೆಯ ಲಾಸ್ಯವೋ ಮಂದಹಾಸವೋ ಚೆಲುವ ನೋಟವೋ ದಿವದ ನೀರೆಯ ಲಾಸ್ಯವೋ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾಲ್ಕನೇ ಪಾದದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರಬೇಕು? ಅಂಕ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಅಂಕ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಹೌದು, ಕೋಳಿಗಳನ್ನು ತರಬೇಕು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಂಕಕ್ಕೆ. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹೌದು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತಮಾಷೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಕೋಳಿ ಅಂಕವನ್ನು.
ಮೌನ, ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್.
ಮೌನ.
Avadhānī, let me break your silence for a bit. There was an allusion to research and the possibilities of research. Here is an ancient take on the current state of learning in Kali Yuga. This is from Vishvagunadarsha Champu. We had stopped at Va. Vedavyasasya dashayo Vedākṣarāṇi श्लोकन्त्वेकं परिपठति यः स्वयं जीव एव आपस्तम्भस्य किल कलयेत् सम्यगौपासनं यः कष्टं शिष्टक्षतिकृतिकलो कार्ष्यमृच्छन्ति विद्याः. This should not be the state of affairs. It is Venkatadhuri's suggestion. Vidyāः.
यः संरम्भः कृतिविरचने दुष्कवीनामभेद्यो यच्चैकाग्र्यं कृति तद् चितपदान्वेषणे चित्तवृत्तेः लब्धं तच्चेदपि कवयतामन्ततस्त्रीण्यः निस्यादेवं किं सरसकविता राज्यदुर्भिक्षयोगः वाचो भवन्ति I will compose in Sanskrit. वाचो भवन्ति वाग्भिः किमत्र वाग्भिः किमत्र वाग्भिः किमत्र
Avadhānī. हाँ. Second row, first box. Second row, first box.
Second row, first row. 34. वाग्भिः किमत्र
ಮೌನ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ, ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮೌನದಿಂದನೇ ಉತ್ತರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವಧಾನಿ.
ಗುರೋಸ್ತು ಮೌನಂ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನಂ.
वाग्भिः किमत्र वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिः वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिः वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिः वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिरपि वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिः ಹೇಮಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ವಸಂತ वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिः वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिरभिप्रपञ्चे अभिप्रपञ्च means expression वाग्भिः किमत्र विकलाभिरभिप्रपञ्चे याशक्नुयुर्निगदितुं शतशो निबन्धान् याशक्नुयुर्निगदितुं शतशो निबन्धान् याशक्नुयुर्निगदितुं शतशो निबन्धान् मौनत्वमेव बलवान् ಮೌನತ್ವಮೇವ ಮೌನವನ್ನು ಪುರುಷನನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಸಂಬೋಧನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಮೌನ ತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಲವಾನ್ ಮೌನತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಲವಾನ್ ಖಲು ಮೌನತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಲವಾನ್ ಖಲು ಯತ್ರ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಮೌನತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಲವಾನ್ ಖಲು ಯತ್ರ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಮೌನತ್ವಮೇವ ಬಲವಾನ್ ಖಲು ಯತ್ರ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ Tattvam prakashita Tattva prakashanamiha Tattva prakashanamiha Tattva prakashanamaho Tattva prakashanamaho Tattva prakashanamaho Maunattvameva balavan kila Yatra sakshat Tattva prakasha vibhavam Tattva prakasha vibhavam Tattva prakasha vibhavam Pratiyanti lokaha Tattva prakasha vibhavam Pratiyanti lokaha Tattva prakasha vibhavam Pratiyanti lokaha. So the verse is means like this. So the words, here a poet is asking that Vagbhih Kimatra. So the words are not capable of, the words may be capable of expressing so many things. They can help us in composing so many texts or writing so many texts. But if Tattva Prakasha must happen, then Mauna only must be surrendered by us. So we may write so many things with the words. We may speak so many things with the words. If we have to reach the real spirit of any or real essence of any particular knowledge, it is not only restricted to Vedanta or philosophy. It is actually, it can be extended to any particular knowledge. When we surrender ourselves to Mauna, then only silence, then only actually Tattva Prakasha can happen. Therefore, I believe that Mauna is more superior or powerful than words. So this is how the verse means. So with this we will go to the Kāvyavācana.
Avadhānī, second row, last box.
Second row,
last box.
26.
Na 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 ta na 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 विरूपाक्षम् अलक्ष्य जन्मता दिगम्बरत्वेन निवेदितं वसो वपुः विरूपाक्षम् अलक्ष्य जन्मता दिगम्बरत्वेन निवेदितं वसो वरेषु यत्पाल मृगाक्षि मृग्यते वरेषु यद्बाल मृगाक्षि मृग्यते तदस्ति किं व्यस्तमपि त्रिलोचने तदस्ति किं व्यस्तमपि त्रिलोचने
The verse is from Kalidasa's Kumarasambhava, which we can find in the 5th canto. So the context is so beautiful. Parvati actually performing penance to get Shiva as her husband. And there are so many, actually the entire Kumarasambhava is composed in a way that every canto or every development is so delightful. So here she actually believes that now with my appearance I cannot actually attract Shiva. So let me perform penance, and she performs. And at that time Lord Shiva, he wanted to examine her, and she comes in the form of a brahmachari, Vatu. So actually in the Purana he comes in the form of Vruddha, but here Kalidasa made some kind of change and he brings Shiva in the form of a Vatu, so that the conversation becomes more enjoyable. So here also that Vatu, and he is a very young boy, and he has the license to speak anything. So that is the idea of Kalidasa. And now that young boy asks Parvati that for what purpose you are performing this penance and all, and she says that, and now she says that, oh, you are performing penance to get that person as the husband, who is not at all deserves to get wife like you, and I mean who is not at all deserves to get an acceptance also, because what we see in the groom, so he should be handsome and he should have ample wealth and all. So let us just try to see how this Shiva is. Vapuhu Virupaksham. His appearance is so bad that he has the third eye, and the appearance is so bad. So you cannot want him for his appearance. Okay, then however he is, if the wealth is sufficient, then we can enjoy. So Digambarattvena Niveditam Vasu. So he doesn't have anything to wear for himself. So Digambarattvena Niveditam Vasu. That itself, I mean, Digambara means who doesn't actually has any cloth. Actually, it is the directions itself are garment to him, for him. So Digambarattvena Niveditam. If he has at least some money, then he can purchase some garment for him. So it communicates his wealth. Alaksha Janmata. And we see the Kula, the lineage also. And where this person has born, no one knows. So then he says that, this Vatu actually saying, and then he says that, so whatever we look in the groom, nothing is available, nothing is existent in Lord Shiva. So why are you looking for or aspiring him to be the husband? So in this way it goes, and then Parvati actually becomes enraged, and she replies also in that way that canto develops. And finally, when she says that ito gamishyam yathaveti vadini, so let me vacate this place, let me, if this young boy doesn't go anywhere, then I only will go from this place. When she starts moving from that place, and Kalidasa beautifully describes, she actually lifts her feet, and immediately Shiva appears with his original form, and now she was completely, I mean, so what should I do? Whether I should go from this place, or I should keep my feet. So in that way, Kalidasa beautifully, Shailadhirajatanaya Nayayauna Tasthav. ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಿಲ್ಲೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎತ್ತಿದ ಕಾಲನ್ನು ಹಾಗೇ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಆಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾಲ ಸ್ತಬ್ಧಳಾಗಿ ಹೋದ್ಲು. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ he describes. So thanks for bringing this poem also. Now let us go to the fourth round of Avadhāna. This is the round of conclusion, and it doesn't take, I try to sum up within some 20 minutes. So
as per normal practice, the last line is open to the Avadhānī for free verse, meaning there is no restriction for the last line. So I shall follow that practice and allow the Avadhānī to complete the poem by articulating the last line.
Posavage gam nadevennam jasakendu banakke pu sogade saguvavul pasule na liye mare maduva pasule na liye mare maduva. Now I have to.
It is said life is an examination. Here can we copy? Here can we copy from others?
Okay.
Life is an examination.
Okay.
Can we copy from others, like in our university examinations? In Chanakya University, there should be special invigilators on par with the spies whom Chanakya mentions.
I don't know about copy and all, but definitely Chat GPT doesn't help in life examination. It may help us in writing our assignments or anything, but for the life examination, we only have to chat. Okay, so yeah. Maduva. Pasule naliye mare maduva. Pasule naliye mare maduva.
ಅವಧಾನಿ ಕಡೆ ವರ್ಗೀಯ ವ್ಯಂಜನದ ಗಜಸ್ಥಾನ.
ವರ್ಗೀಯ ವ್ಯಂಜನದ ಗಜಸ್ಥಾನ 8 ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅಂದರೆ ಗಕಾರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಕಾರ ಸ್ಥಾನ ಅಂತ. ಒಂದನೇ ಸಾಲ ಮೂರನೇ ಮನೆ, ಎರಡನೇ ಸಾಲ.
ಸರಿ 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 ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ 3. ಓಕೆ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಲಮ್.
37 ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ
ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಕಗ.
ಹಾ, ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ. 24 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ 43.
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್
ಹಾ, ಓಕೆ. 30. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ 24.
ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರೋ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ 30.
ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುವ. ಪಸುಳೆನ ಲಿಯೆ ಮರೆ ಮಾಡುವ. ರಸಮದು 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 ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ಭವಿಕೋತ್ಕರ್ಷಂ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ಭವಿಕೋತ್ಕರ್ಷಂ. ರಸಮದೆ ಸೌಭಾಗ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. ಭವಿಕೋತ್ಕರ್ಷಂ.
We should not listen to such poets. We should not even believe such poets, because it so happened in my college days I was a fond avid reader of English poetry, and Walt Whitman's very famous saying, keep your face always towards the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Believing that, I started facing the sun. My face got tanned, but nothing else happened. The very shadow came onto my face, not on my back. What to do? Should we believe poets? You said hasule pasule like that, and Vanasuma has gone somewhere.
I am a teacher. If I don't have any answer to the questions of students, so I generally it's very interesting question. Let us give some more thoughts on this, and we will discuss on this in our next class. Okay, I don't say I don't know. Okay.
Or we can ask ChatGPT what the answer is.
Or maybe poet is describing your face is lotus because you are facing the sun.
So let me, if you have any interesting response for that, then
Okay. Got tanned. That is the pathetic state.
Okay. So
here I was having very bright face, had a fair complexion, but believing Walt Whitman, I not. Facing the sun, neither my vitamin D got developed, nor my face baked.
So I will go to Vanasuma.
ಅರ್ಥ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು.
ಓಕೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇರೋ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. So here the Vanasuma is saying that let me go to the forest, let me go to a particular place where no one can see me. Just like pasule naliye mare maduva pasule naliye rasamadu. So actually a child, it simply dances, or when it becomes happy, it gets its stomach filled, and without any reason, for no reason, it actually gets enlightenment, or it actually becomes cherished, and it dances, or it makes different things. It doesn't actually look for any rewards for that. So rasamadu saubhagyamalte bhavikot karsham. So similarly, this Vanasuma is saying, Saguva wool is there, no? Saguva wool is there. So let me explain. So the idea was like that. Jasaken dubanakke pu sogade saguva wool. So I have to little twist the meaning, that the flower, it's the flower is saying that let me go to the new manner. Posavagegam nadevem. I will go to a new trend where jasakam banakke pu saguva. So that flower is saying that just like this kid actually enjoys, doesn't look for any particular reward. This flower also is saying that I shall go to the forest and I will flourish in that place. So I think Saguva wool doesn't fit there. Little this one is there. Okay. So with this, let us go to the Samasya. So Katukashtam tanagalendu bayasuttum bedu tirdar janar. Katukashtam tanagalendu bayasuttum bedu tirdar janar. Janaru bedta idru nanage tumba kashtagalagli. So let me get more and more troubles. So in this way, people were actually praying for. So the idea of behind this Purana is, so if we don't get more and more troubles in our day-to-day life, we don't get the Vairagya. So Bannanja Govindacharya says one should get married. If the partner is good, then we will become good samsaris, and if the partner is not good, we will become good sannyasis. So in both ways, marriage actually helps us. So similarly, not fully similarly, little similarly. So here the intention is, if we get trouble in our day-to-day life, then we think of Vairagya. So that is the idea. Therefore, people used to pray for getting that kind of distresses in their life. So that is this one. Atavi vasadolirdu divya mahadol santaisutum. So chitta sankatamam dantalinittu jivana sukham avaishaya sukham dantalinittu vaishaya sukham tane yavashtambhakam. Chitta sankatamam dantal inittu vaishaya sukham. The vishaya sukha what we experience in day-to-day life, that itself is the avashtambhaka. That itself is the resistance for us to get ourselves engaged in the Vairagya. So then the fourth, tatamam, viraktiya tatamam ponde. So viraktiya tatamam ponde, how it is? Atavi vasadolirdu divya mahadol santaisutum. So in that way, if I have to get the Vairagya, then the only way is getting so many troubles in day-to-day life. That's how. Therefore, people used to, or people were praying for distresses or troubles in their life. So in this way, the poem has been composed. Okay, so little Duranaya is there, that Atavi Vasadolirdu should be connected here. Okay. So now I have to go to Anka. Andadim Chandirana Andadin Chandirane Tanala Andadin Chandirane Tanala Poguva Vulbhuchayayam Andadin Chandirane Tanala Poguva Vulbhuchayayam Chandiram Sundaram Nade Nadedu Sundaram Nade Nadedu Taruniya Hinde Biddapanaltetam Sundaram Nade Nadedu Taruniya Hinde Biddapanaltetam Mandahasamo Cheluva Notavo Mandahasavo Cheluva Notavo Divya Nire Yalasyavo Kanda
Avadhānī, fifth row, second, fourth box. Fifth row.
Fifth row, fifth row, second and fourth. Second and fourth, okay. 35 and fourth one is 31. Second one 35 and fourth one is 31. Kanda Kandaninnankeyoಳು ನೀನಿರು ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ನೀನಿರು ಜೀವನದ ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ಜೀವನ ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ನೀನಿರು ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ಜೀವನದಂಕಕಂ ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ಜೀವನದಂಕಕಂ ನೀನಿಲ್ಲೆಲ ಕಂದನಿನ್ನಂಕೆಯೊಳು ಜೀವನದಂಕಕಂ ನೀನಿಲ್ಲೆಲ. So the ಹೊಸಗನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. So it is like a teacher is giving the advice in the last this one. So it is like if a boy he actually wanders behind or around a girl, so what happens? So it is like committing to suicide. That is what the first phrase says. Just like Bhuchaya is Strilinga and Chandra is Pullinga. So eclipse occurs when the moon actually enters the shadow of the moon, shadow of the earth. So similarly, you are actually, when you are going behind a girl, it is similar to the moon actually entering the shadow of the earth. So it actually distracts you, and then whatever you see, you experience mandahasamo, that smile or cheluva notamo, that side glance or whatever appearance, whatever you see, that those things do not help you. So you should be within your control. So that is what being advised in this verse. I hope it is. Let us go to the Aśukāvya.
Ganga Arati. Gangaya Arati.
Avadhānī.
Ganga, I have some issues because he raised the question regarding Ganga Arati. Ganga, of course, she comfortably sits on the matted locks of Shiva, but Shiva also becomes aged by time because he is not among the other devatas. Devatas are Tridashas, that's why they don't have children, but Shiva has well-known two sons, and that's why Shiva too would have some problems with the eyes. If he goes to an eye doctor, to an ophthalmologist, how the third eye, especially for the bifocal glass, how to manage the third eye? Please suggest the design for spectacles. Because it is time for you also to go to bifocal.
And with age, if his hair falls, then where will Ganga and Chandra sit? That also he has to. ಕೂದಲು ಉದುರಿದ್ರೆ ಗಂಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಂದ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
You please answer that question and then I will come answer your questions. No, there are so many different, new designs can be produced. There is not an issue. So I saw a bicycle where 3 people can ride. So, 3 people can pedal sitting. So that is a longer bicycle. So similarly, and similarly, some new design can be manufactured. But people don't go because only one customer is there. For only one customer, no company is going to produce anything. So please produce more and more customers. That's what economics says. Okay.
Yes, because Avadhānīs are supposed to have third eye. And that's why lot more Avadhānīs, potential as Avadhānīs in future may come up. And so there will be lot of profit in designing such a spectacle.
Okay, now I have to do the Ganga Arati.
Avadhānīgale, first row, fourth box.
First row, fourth box. First row, fourth. 37.
Avadhānī. It stopped at Ga. I'll recite my verse, you can tell yours later. This is just to showcase the sonorous power of the Sanskrit language. Girvanagramani bhir gagana talagataihi girbhirudgita gabhihi gandharvaischapi gita gunagana garimodgari gatha sahasraihi gahang grihali ragatika gadinam gandhayanto gadartim Glanigramangrasantāṃ grahapati guravo gopater govilasaha. From Jagannatha Pandita.
Sa. Sahityapatho nidhimanthanottham karnamrutam rakshatahe kavīndraha Yattassa daitya ivaluntanaya kāvyārthachoraः praguni bhavanti. Sa Ganga. Papa vantadu, Papa vantadu, Papa vantadu. ಬೇಡ ಬದಲಾಯಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ताकादि केगे पाप ताकादि केपे ताकादि केगे पाप ताकादि केगे पाप मादोडे कर्तव्य पाकाविदिन्नुत्ते कर्तव्य पाकाविदिन्नुत्ते पाकाविदिन्नुत्त नलनु कर्तव्य पाकाविदिन्नुत्त नलनु ताकादि केगे पाप वादोडे कर्तव्य पाकाविदिन्नुत्त नलनु नाकाप केगे नाकाधुनिगे ನಾಕಧುನಿಯ ಸೇರ್ವ ನಾರತಿ ಮಿಷದಿಂದ ನಾಕಧುನಿಯ ಸೇರ್ವ ನಾರತಿ ಕಥದಿಂದ ಆರತಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಆದ್ದರಿಂದಾಗಿ ಕಥ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾಕಧುನಿಯ ಸೇರ್ದ ನಾರತಿ ಕಥದಿಂದ ನಾಕಧುನಿಯ ಸೇರ್ವ ನಾರತಿ ಕಥದಿಂದ ಲೋಕೋತ್ತರರ ಮನ ಅಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಲೋಕೋತ್ತರರ ಮನ ಮಮಮ ಲೋಕೋತ್ತರರ ಮನ ವಮಮ ಲೋಕೋತ್ತರರ ಮನ ವವಮ. ಇದು ಸೊ there are some things that purify. So fire is one of the aspects that purifies any place or individuals. So Ganga, actually so many people take bath in Ganga. So, and we say that Ganga actually cleanses our papa. Then where should that papa should go? Then those sins all actually will get accumulated in the river itself. And now Anala, the fire, he thinks that Takadu Papa. So this Janhavi or she is Nakadhuni. So this Ganga never actually gets attached with the Papa of these people, but still it's my duty to help her. So even if she gets associated with the people, sinful people, she doesn't get affected, but still she may get affected. Therefore, I should help her in getting her purified. So, Aratiya Mishadinda, Arati Katadinda. So, just with the excuse of the Arati, the fire, he is actually entering the Ganga river. We can see the reflections of the Ganga of that Arati in the river, inside the river. So, actually, the fire god actually taking the excuse of that Ganga Arati to enter Ganga river so that he can help Ganga Nadi to get purified. So, and the fourth
very
pada
good poetry, very, very good poetry.
So, the fourth pada is formed in the form of Arthantaranyasa, that Lokottara, the heart of the Lokottara people who actually stand beyond the common thinking. So, their heart cannot be understood. So, Lokottarara Chitta Mamama. So, in that way, it is
the poet Bhavabhuti says, Tirthodakancha vanhischa nanyata shuddhimarhataha. The rivers like Ganga and the fire, they are pure and pristine by themselves. They do not need a cleansing agency from the outside. In that backdrop, Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji's verse stands out extraordinary. I shall close with Nandi Padya, Bharatavakya kinds of Padya. We are ended at Trayi Saṅkhyam Yogah Pashupati Matam Vaishnavamiti Prabhinne Prasthane Paramidamadah Pathyamiti Cha Ruchinam Vaichityadrujukutilana Pathajusham Drinameko Gamyastvamasi Payasam Arnava Iva.
So Antyākṣarī is getting
Saṅkhyābandha. 4th row, first box and third box.
4th row, first and third. Okay. 27. Sorry. 4th row, first one, right? Okay. 46.
46.
First and
third.
Third one, okay. 42.
Before going to Kāvyavācana, I have my ultimate question for this Avadhānam. This is campus and so many things regarding love, romance, everything was brought in. And that's why, and Shashi mentioned that is Nandi and even Bharatavakya, something like that, using that as a theatrical element. If dating, if marriage is, whether marriage is Bharatavakya of dating or Nandi Padya of married life. In what way marriage stands? Marriage is a threshold.
No, marriage is like a Patanjali says, Mangaladini, Mangala Madhyani, Mangalantani cha Shastrani Prathante.
Oh, you are very optimistic. So many marriages.
So, Mangala should come in between also. So, it is a Mangala which occurs in between the text. So, the love is eternal, right from the dating till the end of the life. So, the love is eternal. Marriage is just like a Mangala in between. So, I hope if every love will gets this Mangala in between, then the life also becomes meaningful. Okay. So, let us go to
Shamīkrityān ānanendūn ariyuvati drishām santataihi shokadhomaihi Shamīkrityān ānanendūn ariyuvati drishām santataihi shokadhomaihi kāmam mantrithruvebhyo nayapavanahritam mohabhasma prakirya dagdhva sambhranta pauradvijaganarahitan dagdhva sambhranta pauradvijaganarahitan nandavamsha prarohan nandavamsha prarohan dahya bhavat nakhedat jvalana dahya bhavat nakhedat jvalana iva vane shamyati krodavahnihi iva vane shamyati krodavahnihi
Mudra Rakshasa, Nanda Vamsha Prarohan, Padya. So it is composed, Mudra Rakshasa is a Nataka composed on the later, once Chandragupta, once Nandas get killed and destroyed, and then Chandragupta gets the Rajyabhara, and after that whatever happened, so those things have been presented in the play of Mudra Rakshasa, authored by Vishakadatta. So here this verse is verse says, Kamam mantridrume dhruve drumebhyo naya pavana hritam moha bhasma prakirya dagdhva sambhranta paura dvijagana rahitan nandavamsha prarohan dahya bhavanna kheda jwalana iva vane shamyati krodhavanhi. So he says, it's Kautilya is saying that my krodhavanhi, the fire of my anger, it's yet to get the upashamana. So though Nandas have been killed, but there are so many others are remaining, Nandavamsha Prarohan, who actually are the seeds of that Nandavamsha. So, and here his another motive is to bring Amatya Rakshasa into Chandragupta's side. So Amatya Rakshasa was actually he was the minister of his opposition. So he wanted to bring him into this side, because there are beautiful verses saying that Amatya Rakshasa is of excellent caliber. And if he is in the opposition, then we cannot sleep peacefully. And if we kill him, then such an excellent mind gets because we should have such excellence with us. So he want to bring Amatya Rakshasa into his side by doing some Bhedopaya and all. So he says, the fire of my anger gets upashamana, having done these things. Shami Krityananendum Ari Yuvati Drisham Santatai Shoka Dhumeihi. Actually, it is completely Savayava Rupaka, and translating into English is a little difficult. So, Santatai Shoka Dhumeihi, extended smoke of Shoka. So, Yuvara Shatru Yuvatiyara, Shatrugala Patniyara Mukha ಎನ್ನುವ ಚಂದ್ರರನ್ನ ಶೋಕ ಧೂಮಗಳಿಂದ, ಶೋಕ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಹೊಗೆಯಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಓಜಸ್ವಿ ಪೋಯಮ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಸಚ್ ಓಜಸ್ವಿ poems in Mudra Rakshasa of Vishakadatta. With this, I think we can...
Saṅkhyābandha ಇನ್ನೊಂದಿದೆ. ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಬಂಧ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಲೇಔಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 25 ಮನೆ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಹಾಗೆ, ಅವಾಗಲಿಂದ ದೈವಜ್ಞರು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 2ನೇ ಸಾಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು
ಬಾಕಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದು 2ನೇ ಸಾಲಲ್ಲಿ 4ನೇದು ಬಾಕಿ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು.
4ನೇದಾಗಿದೆ.
4ನೇದಾಗಿದೆ.
2ನೇದು.
ಹಾಂ, 2ನೇದು. ಸರಿ ಸರಿ.
The left remaining one. 47.
I think all the Avadhāna, all the aspects of Avadhāna got completed. So it's already 1:35 and it's lunch time and bubhukshitam. So it says that, and as I mentioned earlier, Avadhāna art actually requires a lot of patience to even, and Ganesh sir beautifully gave it in the beginning itself, said it's very difficult to see, sit throughout the Avadhānam, and I really appreciate the patience and your appreciation that you people have sit here for all these three long hours, and I really appreciate, and I don't know how much it became apt, and so I don't know. So whatever good things have emerged, then all those are because of Goddess Saraswati, and many blemishes actually occurred, that is because of my own ignorance. And with this, and particularly I should thank Vinay Chandraji and Vinayak Rajatji. Vinayak Rajatji actually for these days he is roaming around for different, roaming means running around for different things to get the things done, and that YouTube live, and to get the things appropriate, well in place. So I must thank him, my good friend and colleague. And Vinay Chandraji, he always motivated, and he was and many our senior professors also, like Ashok sir and Sushant sir and Sandeep sir and our vice chancellor, they are always saying that this, I mean, we should have Avadhāna program here in this in our university, so that people should understand what it is. And my colleagues also, my friends, Saurabh sir, and if I take one name, then it becomes that, so I just try to avoid taking names. So all my colleagues, they are also very patient, and so with this, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of them. And our students, it is, I mean, for the first case, it's very difficult to understand and appreciate. So you all are here till the end, that it actually means a lot. So I really appreciate your presence, and particularly sitting on the stage, I have handful of, I mean, what to say, full work for 3 hours, and for the Pṛcchakas it is very difficult. I mean, but they must be accomplished scholars, good poets, but sitting for the 2-3 long hours is very difficult. But they are also appreciating, and they are also motivating. So it is so delightful. With this, I thank each and everyone, and all the people who supported directly or indirectly. I thank all of them. And a very important part is Pṛcchaka Padyas, the poems that composed by the questioners. That also is very important, because all these, as mentioned, accomplished poets, let us enjoy their poems, their compositions, and we can see with how the same thing can be resolved in multiple ways. So with the different ideas, that also must be appreciated. So I request Kanchana.
Normally, the Niṣedhākśḥara Pṛcchaka does not have to write a poem, because there are no restrictions imposed on him while he is composing. Nevertheless, I have ventured into composing one. Māteya madilal kātara mandirade susutum parimalamam prītiya maruta bandhade pūteyuni nāde nīdi bhūmige swagamam. So this poem is contrasted with a flower that may be born in a farm or in a garden or in a city. Māteya madilal aralute, you had the comfort of flowering or blooming on your mother. Kātara mandirade susutum parimalamam. For you to give out your fragrance, there was no stress. Nobody had to crush you or anything like that. You could freely give out your fragrance. Prītiya maruta bandhade. So the only thing that tied you was your favorite air. So it means, there were no ties. Nobody tied you into a garland. That is said as, Maruta Bandhade. Pūtayu ni nāde nīdi bhūmige swagamam. So you were sanctified by enhancing the beauty of the earth.
The Samasya line was, Katu kashtam tamadaгаленду bayasuttum bedu tirdarjanar. So my solution is from Ramayana. Jatayagal kireetamuttavasanam ಪೀತಾಂಬರಕ್ಕಾಗಿರಲ್ ಕಟವೀರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾದವಾಹನದೆ ಪೋಗುತ್ತಿರ್ದನನ್ನೀಕ್ಷಿಸಲ್ ದಿಟದಿಂದೊಪ್ಪದೆ ಕಂದನಾಂತ ನಡೆಯಂ ನೋವುಣ್ಣುತುಂ ರಾಮನ ಕಟು ಕಷ್ಟಂ ತಮದಾಗಲೆಂದು ಬಯಸುತ್ತುಂ ಬೇಡುತ್ತಿರ್ದರ್ ಜನರ್. Like people of Ayodhya treated Rama as their child. They were very much saddened to see him going to the forest. So they became helpless and wished all of Rama's hardship should be theirs too. Like not him, he should not suffer alone. So we also should suffer is the bhava behind this. So Jata has become Rama's Kirita, and whatever he has worn has become Pitambara, and he is going to Atavi Rajya instead of Ayodhya, his legs being the vehicle. So people could not watch this, and they could not stop it also. So they wished difficulties of Rama should be theirs as well. like it's
So Ramana Katukashtam, it is the difficulties of Rama, that should, let us take that difficulties of Rama, it's so beautifully, that Anvayachala it's called. So if we can arrange, that is the real gift of Indian languages, that we can get different kinds of sambandha between the words. So
different semantic networks can be created.
So this is about the campus romance. So some well-wisher is actually going and talking to the girl and explaining the context of what is happening. ಅಂದದಿಂದಲಿ ಚಂದದಿಂದಲಿ ಬಂದು ಪೋಗೆ ನೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹಿಂದಿನಿಂದಲೇ ಸುಂದರಾಂಗನು ಕದ್ದು ನೋಡಿಹ ನಿನ್ನನು. Because see, please do come here with all smile in your face, because this boy is watching you from the hindsight. Because otherwise, why it is important to make that request? Mandahasava bīridākege kottanītanu tannane. Because she smiled, and her smile is so attractive that he gave himself to her. So finally what happened? Munde odina anka ginkavu shunyavaitu agale. So all that score, marks, etc. that he has to get has become shunya because of this instance.
So for the impatient, I am the last one, okay? ಮೊದಲನೇ ವಸ್ತು ಸನಾತನ, ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಕ್ರೀಡಿತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮನುಜರ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳನೊಂದಿ ಸಾನ್ವಯ ಚಿರಂಜೀವತ್ವಮೇ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಮಾಯ್. ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಮನುಜರ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳನೊಂದಿ ಸಾನ್ವಯ ಚಿರಂಜೀವತ್ವಮೇ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಮಾಯ್ತನೆ ನೆಮ್ಮಲ್ ದಿಟದಿಂದ ನೋಳ್ಪರರಿವರ್ ಸಂತಾನಮಂ ಸಪ್ತಧಾಯನೆ ದೇವಾಲಯಮಗ್ರಹಾರ ಮುರೆಯುದ್ಯಾನಂಗಳಂ ಕೂಪಮಂ ಜನರ್ಗಂ ಸತ್ರಮನೀವ ಕಾವ್ಯಮರವಿ ಸಂತಾನಮೇ ಪೆರ್ಮೆಯೈ. The import is, to be immortal, we create progeny, right? We for the continuity. But, this is biological offsprings. But in reality, if one observes, 7 folds as per tradition, okay, 7-fold of Santana is there. Santanam Saptadha. That is creation of Devalaya, Agrahara, Udyana, Koopa, that is a well, Satra, Choultry, and Kavya, writing extremely good poetry, right, Mahakavya and such, okay. So these are also procreation, and one should indulge in such noble activities. The second one is a mask. It's in Champakamale, Mukhavada. ಒದವಿದೆ ಬೊಮ್ಮಗಂ ಸೊಗದ ಮಾಯೆಯವೊಲ್ ಲವಣೋದ ನಿಂಗೆ ಒದವಿದೆ ಬೊಮ್ಮಗಂ ಸೊಗದ ಮಾಯೆಯವೊಲ್ ಲವಣೋದ ನಿಂಗೆ ಮೆರ್ಚಿದ ತೆರೆ ರೂಪಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೆರೆದು ದೂರ್ತನಿ ಗುಂಪುದಿದ ವಿನೀತಿಯಿಂದೊದವಿದೆ ಶೈಲಕಂ ಹಿಮದಿ ನಾರ್ದ್ರತೆಯಿಂ ಮುಖವಾಡಮೇ ಬೆಡಂಗಿದನುತೆ ಬಣ್ಣಿಸಲ್ ಪಡೆದೆ ಚಂಪಕಮಾಲೆಯ ಛದ್ಮವೇನಿದೈ. ಹೇ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್, ಹೇ ಮುಖವಾಡವೇ, ಯು ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಮಾಯಾ ಫಾರ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನಿಗೆ ಮಾಯೆ ಮುಖವಾಡ. For the salty lake, waves are the Mukhavada, the mask. For the cunning man, politeness is the Mukhavada. For the mountain, snow cap is the Mukhavada. In such thoughts, I am trying to describe you, but you have already taken Champakamaleya Mukhavada. Means the metrical form is Champakamale. So the next one is Mauna, silence in Kanda. Sammati Virodhamatiyim. ಸುಮ್ಮಾನದೆ ಶೋಕದಿಂದ ಸಭ್ಯತೆಯಿಂದುಂ ಹಮ್ಮುಂ ಧೈರ್ಯಂ ಭೀತಿಯುಂ ಎಮ್ಮಿ ನಾನಾರ್ಥದಿಂದ ಮೌನ ಮುಸಿರ್ಗುಂ. ಮೌನ, ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್, ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಲೆಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ನಾನಾ ಭಾವ, ನಾನಾರ್ಥ. ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಮೌನಂ ಸಮತಿ ಲಕ್ಷಣಂ. ಡಿಸಗ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ಅಗ್ರಿ ಟು ಡಿಸಗ್ರಿ. ಆರ್ ಜಾಯ್, ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಮಂಡಿಗೆ ಉಂಡುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸಾರೋ, ದುಃಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಿಲ್ಲ. ಪೊಲೈಟ್ನೆಸ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಪೊಲೈಟ್, ಐ ಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್, ಇಂಥವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಮಾತು ಅಂತ. ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಟೀಜ್, ಅಹಂಕಾರದಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಮಾತು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಮೌನ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನಾರ್ಥವಿದೆ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕೊನೆ ಪದ್ಯ, ಗಂಗಾ ಆರತಿ ಸ್ರಗ್ಧರ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪನ್ಹುತಿ ಅಲಂಕಾರ ಬಳಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. The lights, basically the deepa and the dhupa, which goes, I am talking about that. Deepangal kaltalol nee nadiyidu vedegandem prabhatakkidaltu deepangondattu bhakta vraja nayanam made naltu bhashpambu matram ಶ್ರೀಪಾದ ಕಾಂತಧೂಲಿ ಕಣ ಮೆಸೆದುದದೇಂ ಪಾಲ್ಗಡಲ್ ಪೀರ್ದು ದತ್ತು ವ್ಯಾಪಾದಂಗೊಳ್ವ ಪಾಪಂಗಳಿರಿದು ಪಗೆಯಂ ಬೀರ್ದುದಿ ದೃಶ್ಯಮಲ್ತೆ. So the the lights and the dhupa, okay, this is described in 3 imageries, and those 3 imageries are negated, and the 4th imagery is given. That's the prayatna. Are those lights is for Ganga, which is traversing in the dark, so that she can see the path? No. Even Aarti is done in the morning also. So are those devotees' eyes lit up because they are watching Ganga? No. Their eyes are actually with tears. They are sober. Okay, it's not fire, it's actually water in their eyes. Ananda Bashpa, Ganga Nodi. Is that Vishnupada Dhuli Kana which is scattered on the Ganga? No. It is from Vishnupada in the Ganga Huttiddu. Is it because of that? No. Palgadal Pirdu Dattu. Halina Kadale Ella Dhulana Kudkombitide Adu Allah. Hagidri Yenadu. It is the ruining of the papa of all the devotees with its burning and also going up into smoke. That's what Bhakta Janara Papa Uridu Adu Hogeage Hogtiddana Nodidira Adu Ganga Arati Anta. Namaskar.
So once again I thank one and all for those beautiful poems and their presence. So with this we shall conclude. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
After experiencing this beautiful art, the only shloka which I'm not remembering it, I'm just repeating it, which already he has composed in this event. Vāgbhih kimatra vikalabhir abhiprapanche yashaknuyur nigaditum shatasho nimandhan maunatvameva balavan khalu yatra sakshat tattva prakasha vibhavam pratayanti loka. He spoke about the mauna, the verse which he composed. I just repeated that verse. After listening this, we can just be mauna. We have nothing to add to it. So just I will recap the whole event. We had 11 verses composed by Avadhānī ji, and 7 verses came by the Pṛcchakas. So total 11 plus 5, 11 plus 7, 18 verses, created verses. And then we had this Saṅkhyābandha. We had Antyākṣarī verses, more than 10 verses were repeated here. Many questions were answered in the midst. So in these 3 hours we experienced all these aspects, which is unbelievable. So now Vidvat Sammananam is what is our duty to do. I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to facilitate our guests here. First, I would like Vice Chancellor to facilitate Śatāvadhānī R. Ganesh ji. Is it like that? Okay. Because lecture was first, so I thought. Abhyāgata. We use the word Abhyāgata. It's a very unique word. Abhyāgata, we use it as a guest, but Abhyāgata means who is very closer to us. So we know that our Ganesh is very close to us, so we use the word Abhyāgata. Dr. Ramakrishna Pejathaya ji. Shri KBS Ramachandra ji. He was playing the role of Niṣedhākśḥarī specialist. Srimati Kanchana Karki ji. Shri MS Chaitra ji. Shri Shashi Kiran ji, Shri Somashekhara Sharma ji, Kumari Chinmayee, Shri Chetan ji, Shri Chetan ji, now I would like to request our Director of Center for Indian Knowledge System, Vinay Chandra Banavati ji, to deliver the vote of thanks.
ಸಭಾಯೇ ನಮಃ, ಸಭಾಸದ್ಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಸುವಾಗಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಹೊತ್ತು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಬಹುಶಃ ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದಾಗ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಈ 2 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ವಿನಾಯಕರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅವರು IKS ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು, ಅವಧಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊತಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು, ಏನಿದು IKS, ಹೇಗೆ IKS ಅಂತ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯಿಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೀಗೆ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದ ಒಂದು 5 ಅಂಶಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತು. ಇದನ್ನು ಬಹುಶಃ IKS ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದೇನೋ ಅಂತ ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ಇದು ಇನ್ಯಾರೋ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೋ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ಕರೆದು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಕಲೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ತಮ್ಮನ್ನೇ ಈ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಗೆ ಒಳಗೊಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ IKS ಅಂತಂದರೆ. ಎರಡನೇ ಅಂಶ, ಇದು ಅನುಭವ ವೇದ್ಯ, ಓಪನ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ನಾನು 10 ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿರರ್ಥಕವಾಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯರು ಅವರ ಭಾಷ್ಯದ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅನುಭವ ಅವಸಾನತ್ವಾತ್ ಹಿ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನಸ್ಯ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅನುಭವದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಸಾನವನ್ನು ಕಾಣಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ರಾಶಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದು ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಲುಕುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮಗೆ ಆ ಅನುಭವದ ರಸದೌತಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಆಸ್ವಾದನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಪಾಕಿನ ರುಚಿ ಸವದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಎಷ್ಟು ರುಚಿಯಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಪ್ರಮೇಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ದೊರಕಿದೆ. ಮೂರನೇ ಅಂಶ, ಈ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಆಳ ಮತ್ತು ಅಗಲ. ಇದೆರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬ ಎದ್ದು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ನೀವು ಕಾವ್ಯವನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಒಂದೇ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವನ್ನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಕಾಳಿದಾಸನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ನೀಲಕಂಠ ವಿಜಯ ಚಂಪುವರೆಗೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಿಸ್ತಾರ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಆಳ, ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಾಂತರಗಳ ಆಳ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಹರಿದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ಲು. ಮತ್ತು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳು, ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ವ್ಯಾಕರಣ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯ ಪದ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ವ್ಯಾಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಗ, ವಚನ ಇತ್ಯಾದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ವಾಕ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ರೀತಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಛಂದಸ್ಸಿನ ಒಂದು ಗಮನ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಾಂತದ ಪರಿಚಯ, ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಒಂದು ಸಹಜವಾದ ಸ್ವಭಾವ. ಇಂಟರ್ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನಾರಿಟಿ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನಾರಿಟಿ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನಾರಿಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ತರಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದಿರೋದೇ ಆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದು ಮೂರನೇ ಅಂಶ. ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದು ನನಗನ್ಸಿದ್ದು, ಇದು ನಿಂತ ನೀರಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾರೋ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಿತ್ಯ ಹರಿಯುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸ್ರೋತಸ್ಸು. ಈಗ ವಿನಾಯಕರ ಜತ್ರದನ್ನ ಸಂಗ್ರಹ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, 18 ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು, ಹೊಸ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಹೀಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವಾದಾಗ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರ ಚರ್ಚೆಗಳಾದಾಗ, ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕವಿಗೋಷ್ಠಿಗಳಾದಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕವಿತ್ವ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರ್ಪಡೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಿತ್ಯ ಹರಿತಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಸ್ರೋತಸ್ಸು. ಇದು ನಾಲ್ಕನೇದು. ಇನ್ನು ಐದನೇದು, ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಂಥವರು, ಅದರೊಳಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಅವರು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬಹುಶಃ ನೀವು ಅದು ಗಮನಿಸಿದಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವರು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪದ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಒಂದು ವಾಕ್ಯ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅದರೊಳಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಅವರ್ಣೀಯ ಆನಂದವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಮೂಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಇರೋದು ಆ ಒಂದು ಆನಂದವನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಂತೃಪ್ತಿಗಾಗಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ರಸಾನುಭೂತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರಸಾನುಭೂತಿನೇ ಇದರ ಚರಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೂಡ ಈ 5ನೇ ಅಂಶ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಈ ಅವಧಾನವನ್ನು ಪರಿಚಯಿಸ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಅವಧಾನದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಚಯಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬಿಂದುವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಥೀಮ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ವನಕುಸುಮ, ಅವರು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ವನಕುಸುಮ. ನಿತ್ಯ ಅವರ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಪ್ರತ್ಯುತ್ಪನ್ನ ಮತಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪದವನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥೈಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂತು. ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಹೀಗೆ ಯಕ್ಕಶ್ಚಿತ್ವಾಗಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಅದರೊಳಗೆ 2 ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಸಮಾಗಮ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಭೆ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ. ಅದೆರಡೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ನಿದರ್ಶನ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳು 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು, ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು 6 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. 7-7:30 ತನಕ ಕೂತಿರೋರು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಅವರು ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿತ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಯನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೊಸದೊಂದೇನೇನೋ ರಚಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಶ್ರಮ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಗಣೇಶರು ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗಣೇಶನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಅವರ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆ ಒಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಅದೊಂದೇ ಸಾಲದು. ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ, ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಸುಮಾರು 7-8 ಗಂಟೆಗಳ ಕಾಲ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾಫಿ ಊಟ ತಿಂಡಿಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕೂತು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹುಶಃ 3-4 ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ಗಳು ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ 3-4 ಗಂಟೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ನಿರಂತರ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದೆರಡೂ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯುತ್ಪನ್ನ ಮತಿತ್ವ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ನಿದರ್ಶನಗಳು ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ 2 ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಬಿಂದುಗಳು ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪೇಜತ್ತಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ಶತಾವಧಾನಿ ಆರ್ ಗಣೇಶ್, ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಚಾಣಕ್ಯ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಗಣೇಶ್ ಅವ್ರ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೃತಜ್ಞರಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಇವತ್ತಿಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರು ಸಮಯ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಬಹುಶಃ ಲೋ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ನಿಜವಾದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಮಹತ್ವ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಹಿಂದಿನವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಮುಂದೆ ಕಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಋಷಿ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಕೊಂಡಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದು ಪ್ರತೀಕವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಶತಾವಧಾನಿ ಗಣೇಶ್ ಅವರೇ ಹೀಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಆ ಋಷಿಗಳು ಹೇಗಿದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಊಹೆಗೆ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಋಣಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅವರಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವರ ಭಾಷಣದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತು ಅವರು ಹೇಳುವ ರೀತಿಯೂ ಅದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಯಾರನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯಂದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾರೆ, ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಸಹಯೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಿತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಜನರೇಷನ್ 2 ಜನರೇಷನ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನನ್ನ ಆಪ್ತ ಮಿತ್ರ ಅಂತಲೇ ಅವ್ರು ಕರೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಯಂಗ್ ಜನ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪರಂಪರೆಗೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅತ್ಯಂತವಾದ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠವಾದ ಒಂದು ಯೋಗದಾನ. ಅದನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಚಿರಋಣಿಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಪೃಚ್ಛಕರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ಇದರೊಳಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಪೃಚ್ಛಕ ವೃಂದ ಕೂಡ ಉಳಿದ 2 ವಿದ್ವಾಂಸರಂತೆ ಕೂಡ ಅವರವರ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥವರು. ಅದರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೇಕ್ಷಕ ವೃಂದದವರಿಗೆ, ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದ ಹಿರಿಯ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕ ವೃಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡಿಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಉಪಕುಲಪತಿಗಳು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಯಶವಂತ್ ಡೋಂಗ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರಾರ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಸುಶಾಂತ್ ಜೋಶಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಮಸ್ತೆ.